Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. We are live again on a Tuesday, a wonderful Tuesday. Hope everyone out there is doing well. You're happy, healthy, and safe. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is your next live stream. Well, literally NXT live stream tonight, coming off the heels of a very crazy Great American Bash. We'll see what tonight has in store. But me and that pretty face have all the action, all the storylines, all the rumors. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, put a smile on your face. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live. We are live, folks. I'm ready to go. We're back at it again. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we got all the action coming your way tonight. As always, we are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling, and we are the channel for fans, by fans. Get in that live chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what's up. Check out all our links. Click like, share. Be a part of the family. But like I said, we got NXT tonight. And who's going to take you through that little fun journey? It's going to be myself, Mr. KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, Mr. Every Night, if you will, and Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, as you probably heard during KJ's intro, we are on the road to SummerSlam there, as you heard the loud car go past me and everything.
Yeah, right?
Right. But we've got NXT tonight, the fallout from Great American Bash. We've got Dom retained, and we've got, of course, the Dijacking it in action. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, this night's good for you.
Right.
Dijak will be in action against Eddie. It should be a hard-hitting match. We're going to see what it entails. Not a lot of people are crazy familiar with Eddie. He hasn't been here that long, and this will be a good showing for him, I do imagine. It could be a very surprise match on the docket. And like you said, Dom is still your North American champion. Ilya is not the world champion.
I was going to say again, talking about surprises, and I was even going to mention we're going to get a schism intervention or interrogation tonight. To where are the Creed brothers? Is this what everyone's been seeing and thinking and believing for the longest time, that the Creed brothers are hiding in plain sight amongst the schism that they get exposed tonight?
It could be, right? We're going to go through the, you pull off the last two masks and then they just start punching and they're not gone. They're still here.
We're going to get a Scooby-Doo montage of the Creed brothers and schism.
I want like the old, like the like just pacing around.
Benny Hill music.
That's what I was going for. Yeah. I went circus instead of Benny, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a 3-ring circus, I feel here.
But yeah, it should be a good show tonight. We'll see what's up. I mean, there's often a hangover after the pay-per-view, so we'll see how quick they get back into the swing of things tonight. I do believe there's a women's tag match as well. I think Peruz and Farouz are in action.
No, one of them is.
Oh, just one?
Your girl, Elektra Lopez.
Against Lopez. All right.
Yes. And we stand corrected, because I think we said at Great American Bash, one of us did that. Farouz and Peruz is one of them was Santino's daughter. I was staying corrected on that. Well, no, because it just randomly came across my fucking feed today of it's Ariana Grace is
Ariana Grace. Where's she?
And yeah, the girlfriend of Stax. It came across because she was celebrating Stax winning.
There you go. Okay. All right. I stand corrected. See, we retract things sometimes, guys.
Take a note, Meltzer.
Right. James, welcome to the Four Lifers, buddy.
Yeah, right. Appreciate you coming to remember. Why?
We'll get to some of the chat. Damien, always looking forward to something. Looking forward to tonight. He wants to see Jack and Eddie, as do we. Welcome back, Damian Chambers.
It'll be a hard-hitting affair, says Damon.
Hard-hitting.
Pause.
Welcome back, Mr. Elimination.
Right.
Richard's in the house. The champ is here, Mr. TJ Hook, current prediction champion.
And then we got Alexis saying, I'm ready to take over the swamp. Well, you can do that at SummerSlam.
only a few days away. It could be a very short title reign for Mr. TJ Hook.
Right? Can he be the first retaining champion coming out of a pay-per-view?
I have In Memory of Adrian Street on my screen right now.
Ooh, okay.
So when you get that, let me know, folks. So if you want to sync up, what?
I got it now.
Okay. If you guys want to sync up with us, we're getting Then Now Forever just popping up on our screen now. And we're rolling along tonight. We'll see what is in store. Yeah, go get it. Could be a battle on Saturday, folks. Don't miss that.
Right.
Will we see Tiffany have her next feud tonight? I can see Roxanne having the confidence after beating Blair. I can see that too.
Yeah, but I think we have to have Tiffany get a Tiffany needs a solid win or two. I think after the failed Boston Crab experiment, it wasn't the best of match. It wasn't bad, but it kind of just went sideways.
Yeah, the submission match with the squirrel didn't quite pan out the way they hoped. I mean, it's unfortunate because overall there was some good parts to the match. It was just the sloppy stuff really stood out. And yeah, I agree with you. She needs a couple nice in-ring performances to remind everybody that she's on the upswing, not downswing.
Right. Well, and I was going to say, we didn't even talk about the blood feud that we're getting tonight between Lyra Valkyria and JC Jane that everyone forgot about and no one cares about.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was very interesting that Rhea came down to take on Valkyria, demanded that she go beat Jane. I imagine she's going to. Why would she fail at this point? It'd be very interesting.
Does she recruit her as does she become part of the Judgment Day?
Maybe. I mean,
spooky foreign goth chicks, I guess, I gotta hang together. But then again, you could have done that with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Well, she got that Rhea rub, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And I don't know where they went either. I know a lot of people have been asking about that, but they're in the abyss.
They're with Abyss. It has nothing for you.
Right? What is up, Renegade? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's next for Blair? Wait until NXT Europe or a surprise call-up? It would be a surprise call-up.
That's somebody who, well, no, because we had, she's justifying. Well, no, Blair, I'm sorry, I was talking through that in my own head out loud about Blair pairing up with Rhea like we were just talking about with Lyra.
Very, very interesting. Right. James, welcome once again. Thank you for being the newest member of the Four Lifeys.
I was going to say, can I just take a moment to appreciate how almost every chat message right now is member.
I like it. I like it.
We're a family.
Yeah, we're growing by the minute. I was telling Nick before we came live, it was, view wise, it was our best month as a channel. We're hitting more milestones, just hit 500,000 views. It's been crazy, guys. It's growing and growing. And this community, this chat has been amazing. So thank you so much.
Big things popping, little things stopping up to something. Season never sleeps. And that's even why we went a couple minutes early tonight, because we just wanted to come and talk to y'all.
Caffeine as well.
A little bit.
What's up, James? How you doing? Hey, Jordan, brothers. And he's feeling the NXT tonight.
NXT. And what up? How are we, Wrasslin fam? A-Town, what up, evening, folks? We got TJ. Man, Gable's got a long road ahead of him. What do we do? That's an interesting thing we can talk about probably during a commercial.
Yeah.
But
I do think they're going to try and pole vault off of the kind of momentum they've had as a comic gimmick. People don't seem to hate them popping up. I think they're going to take the fact that
you're thinking the wrong Gable.
Oh, Gable Stevenson? No, they're in trouble. Oh, we got a mugging in the parking lot.
I was going to say, speaking of trouble,
we got a fight. Tony D rolls up with Stacks, and instantly Gallus is there to say hello.
Right. Well, and
you're not coming in my swamp.
Get out of my swamp. But no, this 100%, this is honestly fairly good as for a kind of brawl situation, because the shots look good. It's, they're doing the whole shaky cam. But it really was, when I see you, it's on site.
Booker T's laughing, and Joseph's like, "Why are you laughing?" And he's like, "Shuggy Duggy."
Bro, what the?
I like
Come
Booker
on,
T.
Book. I defend
like
you
him,
so
though.
much on here, and you laugh as we just watched a mugging.
You know, because as like the OG, he's like watching this going like, man, that looked like shit. Or like, you know, like who's throwing these kicks? Here's Jane. Okay.
Why would they have a regular third headset hooked up there when there's no fucking
Third
third
person
commentator
ever,
ever on NXT?
just in case. They
Just
have guests
on a
sometimes.
standby, just in case the little backup headset. There we go. Justify it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no. And here comes Lyra Valkyria. We got to give her a new name. The Bird Lady seems to have stuck a little bit, but Jane not wasted any time. Everybody getting jumped on NXT tonight.
Right. I was gonna say apparently the hangover's worn off here.
Yeah, apparently everyone woke up unruly and ready
Yeah, but
to
you
go.
knew she was at ringside. You just saw her fucking talking on the microphone. You just heard her and everything. So
Ran through
clearly
the fog, bro.
That's true. She had to swoop down and she got lost in the fog and couldn't see. She was in the
Right.
swamp and she couldn't see.
She's in the swamp. Everything's a swamp reference.
Right.
I will put this public, guys. We hold the record for the most Shrek references on
a professional wrestling live stream.
Yeah, ever.
Right. Steven asked, how was your guys' day? Or I said that all fucking wrong. How was your day, guys? Yeah, that's one of them.
Been great.
Yeah.
I'm here with
if it wasn't, it is now.
What?
I said if it wasn't, it is now. Sorry, I talked all over you.
Yeah, it's all right. I just said I'm happy to be here.
With the Wrestling for Life fan.
That's what I did. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you got him. Do you think Baron Corbin's burn the ship entrance is his new gimmick? If so, what does it mean? It's provocative.
Right. It's no one knows what it means. It's provocative and it gets the people going.
It just gets the people going.
I thought it was cool. Why is the rum gone?
Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, interesting if they were planning to continue this Gable storyline and it might have to be put on the back burner.
Right.
It will be very interesting. But I kind of didn't mind how Corbin came out at a Great American Bash. The pirate gimmick is what it is, but it's something.
Right. But by the way, we do have Lyra Bird Lady versus JC Jane right now kicking off. So if you want to get your predictions in the chat, let us know. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna go Lyra because she was told to win by Rhea, and you don't make mommy unhappy.
Yeah, very true. I mean,
cartwheel.
I feel like after we made fun of her calling her Bird Lady, I think we kind of have to just to be nice. So I'll take Lyra.
There you go. What's up, Salvador?
Salvador. Hi, my friends. Curtis, what up? JC Jane for the win. TJ's taking Lyra. A-Tail says, excuse me, KJ Nick, is that Bill from the chat with a mask on in the crowd? Who, what, when, why?
Wait, Bill from the chat. How would we know if he had a mask on?
Who's Bill?
Bill?
Kevin, what up? Chris, what up? Dan, what up? We got everybody.
There you go.
We got Salvador, like you said. Damien's taking JC for the win. Steven's saying our mateys.
Our matey.
Aaron's taking JC.
I got a doctor.
Right. I got a doctor.
Best shit ever.
Right.
Hall Corbin needs an eye patch. You said this the other night, and I said there's been too many eye patches in wrestling.
Well, and they don't justify them anymore because Ray's robotic eye is just good now. His ping pong ball eye is still fine. He doesn't need the patch anymore. Malachi got his eye back somehow. He just had to go to a different company to find it.
Yeah, there you go.
Hangman had one and didn't even fucking need it. He just felt like it was a cool good look to have, like a douchey hipster cowboy.
Got Bird Lady for the win. Picking Bird Lady. Going Little Mama. I like that, Little Mama.
Bird Lady's been woven in too much now, though.
Yeah. Carmelo better have backup to his to win his title back.
But he didn't lose it.
Yeah.
How can you win back what you didn't lose?
He has it.
What?
Got Little Mama.
But we are on a commercial break right now. So do we want to go a bit more into the Gable Steveson thing real quick? Because I see about 35 people kicking on.
Yeah, I mean, Absolutely. It's a
Where
very
did they go? Like, I don't know how that was really bad and really unexpected. Like, not the match, just the reaction. When Baron Corbin's getting cheered, you done goofed, my guy.
well, and I mean, like you said, we're live, so sometimes things go over our head, or we miss them, or we're rambling, or whatever. But I didn't even really know the backstory to why he might get some heat, and I feel like the WWE was not aware as well that there was going to be a bit of a groundswell behind him, that we're going to not like his presence at the show no matter what.
Well, they didn't announce it on Twitter. They weren't sitting there doing, a hijack SmackDown, 80 million posts or anything like that. So I don't think anyone really expected, and certainly WWE didn't, if they would have gonna have him in a match and
Mhm.
have it end on a flat finish like that too.
Well, and
They
that
were not
yeah.
expecting a negative reaction.
No, and I mean, you initially were bothered, and it kind of ends up being right in the sense of maybe Corbin wasn't the best booking for him. Maybe it should have been someone else that he could have come in and literally dusted somebody, right? Get in there,
Yeah,
dust it, get a solid win, and get out of there, right? At least whether they boo or cheer you, you show your ability. Now those negative feelings towards the match get lumped in with the people involved in the match. It's not a good look for Corbin. It's not a good look for him. I don't
see,
know, man.
it's a better look for Corbin, oddly enough.
Oddly enough.
Right. To me, I'll piggyback off of that because that's a really great point. Is if the match is fast enough, you don't give the crowd time to boo and chant all that shit and everything, and it doesn't go on as long.
Yeah.
If it's a 2-minute match, by the
Mhm.
time they start going into "you're not" angle, they get "you're not," and then 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 can't
Mhm.
get the fucking cheer out.
And even that, if they get into that chant, and as they get in that chant, he snaps someone's ankle. You fuck. You're right. I'm not Angle. I'm better than Angle. Bye. See you
Yeah,
later.
well then you got to go heal with them with that.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. And I mean, that's what they had to do with Angle. Like, I mean, they had to give him the three eyes, and he wasn't going to just come in and be this, baby face right out of the gate. And they gave him a kind of character gimmick that worked well with that, and it stuck. He became one of the greatest of all time.
Could they get away with that with Gable of doing kind of that whole um where he's just that overly in your face like Americana guy
I
that
think so, because he's
it's
such a
not he doesn't know that he's the heel.
yeah. I mean, I think they could have. I mean, at the end of the day, it would have depended on his ability verbally to do it,
Right.
because that's what Kurt had. Kurt ended up being a real pretty quick natural as far as picked it up, got it. He had the timing. He was really intelligent when it came to the psychology of what he was doing. If Gable Stevenson had that, which we don't know, he could pull it off, but he'd have to have some elements of that. He couldn't just show up and run.
Right. Oh, no one took like a fish to water like Kurt Angle did to fucking pro wrestling.
Yeah, good way to put it. You're not
Yeah.
wrong. Right, and keep in mind, like the first time Angle ever kind of gets exposed to wrestling is at ECW, and there's a
The worst
crucifix.
exposure of Sandman getting crucified by
Yeah,
Raven, and that's your exposure.
Kurt's like, I don't know if this is for me, guys.
Right.
Oh, he's like, come back.
Put Gable Stevenson with Damon Kemp as a tag team. Only solution for Gable. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kemp did put a tweet out about like, oh, that match would have probably not gone that way if he actually had a partner or someone to train with or an actual trainer.
Interesting. And I mean, them
Right.
working together works. I mean, people have talked about it maybe being like with someone like the Alpha Academy, where it starts off all shits and giggles and fun, and then he kind of gets pissed off and you know kills Otis and Gable in the process.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, him and his brother would have made sense. Instead, they were opposing each other for no explained reason.
Fair enough. And speaking of people who are opposing each other, we do still have
Oh yeah,
Lyra Bird Lady versus JC Jane in this thrilling match that you can tell by how much we're not talking about it. Respectfully.
I think it might be the first time I've looked at it.
Fair enough. Curtis says over under commercial breaks tonight. I say 8.
8 seems reasonable quarterly, like
Fair enough for 2
7 to
hours.
8.
That's
2 hours,
four an hour.
yeah.
That's a good bench line probably for them.
But yeah, the match goes on. Oh,
Chris, oh my God, little mama, remember when China had her little sidekick, the cat, will have real
Kaz.
mommy and her own little side chick and call her little mama or little mommy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
if you're at a certain vintage, nobody out there forgets Kat. She made waves in a very short amount of time, right, Jerry the King Lawler?
I was gonna say a lot of people discovered a lot of things about themselves when the cat was on screen in one way or another, and I'll leave it at
Right.
that.
And I think we'll all remember the saran wrap bikini.
I just remember the towel after the whole exposure that we could
Yeah.
that if
Oh,
you had the pay-per-view for a quick second,
you
good
got it.
on you. If you didn't watch it live, you're fucked.
Man, it's so funny to think back, right? Back then, like how hard it was. Like you heard about it and you had to like track it down if you didn't like. Nowadays, it would be like 400 tweets about it in 7 minutes.
Be live
Like,
tweeted out.
jeez.
Right. 2, 3 as Vera
Oh,
picks up the 1, 2, 3. Bonkers. No one didn't like the stream. No one didn't like the Stevenson versus Corbin finish.
that's a double negative, I think. So we're gonna assume that nobody liked it.
Well, no, he's saying no one didn't like it,
Oh
which
wait,
you're
you're saying
inaccurate on
lots
that.
of
That
people
was a
liked the
horrible
finish?
finish.
I thought the finish was shit. It
Yeah.
was, and the match itself, ends up being a problem because it never got off the ground. Like it was very short. There wasn't a lot to dig into. Yes, we know Stevenson can really do suplexes. We get
Yeah.
this, but you didn't get a whole lot more else. And I thought there was a better way to continue this feud outside of that. So, and I heard a lot of negative feedback about it.
Well, and Gable Stevenson's kind of like playing with your brother. Like his in-ring style so far just seems like your little brother playing on it. He knows like the one button to move, so he just
Yeah.
keeps doing that one over and fucking over and over and
Like,
over and
oh,
over
shit.
again. Like, we
Oh,
did it.
Carmelo and Trick on screen.
Louis, what's up, wrestling fans? Louis Pierdo is under the weather. Well, T's and P's. Hope
Oh,
you feel better, my guy. So I'll be less active today, but I'll throw my predictions in here. The Bird Mama for the win.
there you go. Birdman.
All right. Birdman.
Not bad. Birdman.
NXT car park again. It's an unsafe working environment. Yes, Hunter. Well, Sean. This time it's Sean.
Yep. It's been a dangerous place to work for quite a while.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sorry.
Trick?
Oh.
I'm
I don't
not
think
a
you understand what I'm
sidekick.
saying.
I'm not a sidekick, man.
I never treated you as a sidekick. Oh, that's a good. You don't, but they do. Iron Champion. He's going to challenge
Oh, he
Dom.
wants to fight Ilya.
Oh, shit. Do it.
But that's an interesting speech from Trick of I'm not a sidekick. You're the champ. I'm not. It's very interesting.
I like it because we've been kind of talking for a while of there's a lot of potential and Trick's really good. And we've called it from the jump of he's not a sidekick. He's the, not exactly the 1A to the 1B, but he's, the Pippin to Carmelo's Jordan a bit.
Yeah, he's been a surprise. And I mean, there's a lot of talent with Trick. He's a big guy. He's athletic. He's great with the mic. And him and Carmelo have been phenomenal together. I'd hate to see them split. But I mean, I like the fact that, it kind of has a babyface feel to it of like, listen, I love you, man. I'm ride or die, but I got to be me. So now he wants to take on Ilya, which I don't think is going to go well for him. So I'm curious.
But I don't think it's, as we're on another commercial break, by the way. I don't think it's they're going to split up. I think is this, if they're going to team with the Street Profits and Bobby, if we're going to pull the trigger on that, Trick needs to be considered an equal member than just Carmelo's right-hand man type of guy shit. So it's establishing Trick as a individual personality versus Carmelo's hype man.
Very true. Now, is there a possibility, in somewhere in this that Carmelo goes up maybe without Trick? And therefore, again, also Trick needing kind of his independence?
Yeah, well, that's a very good point. You could go 100% that way with it. I think that's my initial thought was this might be you're a champion. You're hanging out with this. I got to establish myself here. So maybe we'll see.
Gable comes off overly cocky in the ring for a rookie coming in like he owed the place. Who owns the Chiefs? Yeah, no, I mean, I think when you're that caliber athlete, it kind of you do have that kind of I can do this arrogance. It just kind of part of the alpha.
Well, a little bit. I mean, the man is a Olympic freaking gold medalist. So, but I do get what you're saying. I think it's more of just everything about that match, and I don't know if it's in part because of the whole Baron Corbin involvement, or obviously it's also with everything with Stevenson, but just that whole situation, this whole match, just everything involved has a real negative kind of stank to it right now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one of those things that okay, fine, we just let it be, and then we'll just a week from now, 2 weeks from now, we just move on. I don't know, because where does Corbin go from here? Where does Gable's like? It obviously was building towards. Well, they need to fight again,
Right.
so
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants that anytime soon right now.
it would be very interesting. And like I said, imagine a double turn between Gable and Corbin by the end of it all, right?
I think we almost got that initially.
Yeah, pretty much. It would just be the finality to it.
Right. Gilly, Corbin has failed the name, image, and likeness. Do they fire him? What? What?
I would have Gable versus Kemp maybe instead, but they're both so green. But the problem is big Mania or SummerSlam payoff. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, who leads the match with that?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, again, in 2026, 27, 28, could that be a WrestleMania match? Kemp versus Gable, brother versus brother. Yeah, they both have the pedigree to pull it off. But right now, yeah, I think that would be a very clunky match.
Do you put them as a tag team? I think that's probably your best bet to go with, your safest bet, because Damon's at least got a bit more in-ring reps, so he can kind of be the cover a bit. And he's a bit better, I think, maybe on the mic. But I feel like, do you just put them in the tag division? I think might be better off of trying to find a way to put them in a faction somehow, but I'm like, just who else?
Right. Yeah, I mean, again, you float around some other options. Who could they team up with, like a Braun Breaker or something like that, and be very formidable?
A manager.
Yeah, not
Make
wrong.
Them Steiner.
Right, bring back Elrig. Let's go.
I was gonna say, I don't think Tully's doing shit.
Yeah, no, true story. Hey Jim, what you up to?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Is Judgment Day here tonight? Has not been announced.
Has not, but I believe I've at least seen the picture floating around that Dom is at least there in attendance. I don't know if they've put it on screen or anything.
So Tony D and Stacks in the medical room, and Gallus is officially dead men walking.
Right. And we're terrible at the chat. So by the way, folks, if you want to make sure you stand up and you show out and everything like that, we got the super chat, the super stickers, we got the memberships, all of that. Because like I said, we're missing all sorts of peoples. And I like this. Hi, Tiffany. I don't know.
Hi, Tiffany. Right. Speaking of a Tuesday,
Tiffany, the Tiffany Epiphany has arrived.
And she loves listening to us.
There we go.
Perfect. Oh, okay. Judgment Day. Speak of the Devils.
I was talking about it in the chat, not on the screen. Yeah, we got Judgment Day coming out.
Leon Fruz versus Elektra Lopez. Elektra Lopez Vice tonight on NXT.
Not on Vice. Not on Vice.
No.
Bananas and grapes. Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
We're all right. We're bad.
Chambers is saying it was. Oh, you got that one. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, the artist says a trick on its own is not long for the streets.
Artist. Well played, sir.
That broke me a little. That broke me.
Cat is goated. Like Cat Williams?
Maybe.
He's kind of goated. Really been a good match. There go. Chambers liked the match. I thought it was what I seen of it.
Yeah, we talked through too much of it.
So Dom and Mommy got mics.
Right.
Yes.
Who does D'Angelo and Tony Cole to assist in their 6-man tag.
Very
A
interesting.
new member tonight or just an ally? What about a good old Paisan right here?
Right? Give Nick the show. Let's go.
Could you imagine, though? It's, what do we got here? Copper haters.
That'd be crazy. Could you imagine? I'm still waiting because if he showed up anywhere, but particularly WWE, and that music hits, people will lose their fucking noodle.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about the politics. They're just like, this guy's awesome.
Rhea's out here saying Dom's more of a man than Mustafa Ali. He's more of a man than Wes Ali. He's better, yeah, Prince Ali, and he's more of a man than anyone in this crowd here tonight.
Right. Call Nunzio.
Good shout. Another good Paisan.
Here comes Dragon Lee, and I like this, Nick. They teased this.
I like how literally the second his music starts hits, Rhea's just like, oh my God, like you just fuck off.
Well, it's funny because Dom's now calling himself the greatest luchador ever.
I mean, this man is goated because he had the coldest line ever. Do you ever think you and your dad are gonna reminisce? Well, my dad's no longer here. Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. Goated.
But I do find it funny. I did see a couple people putting that like in polls and stuff on Twitter and shit. I'm like, is he? And you're like, come on, guys.
For real. Let's be real.
Let's not drink all the Kool-Aid right away.
Let's be super serial.
Rhea does not need to lose Tiffany. I apologize, but I don't think so.
I've said it before. She's one of the best pro wrestlers, not male or female or WWE or AEW. One of the best pro wrestlers.
Really been a good match. Got that one. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. We're all 1-0. Oh, no, not Curtis. Nowhere Damien.
Right, yeah. There was a good amount of people taking JC here.
Right. 1-0. We got AEW.
And even, I know it's a bit of a smaller crowd, a little bit of a smaller audience, but you still even get this big boo reaction even the second Dom starts to talk. I made the Mysterio name relevant. And Dragon Lee, ha ha, he, ho ho.
But what I like is if you look around the studio right now, everybody's standing or was standing, and it's like they're waiting for their moment to okay, we're gonna boo. Like they can't wait.
Bro, there is one guy that's directly adjacent to when they look straight on at Dragon Lee that's wearing like all red and shit with long hair. This man is hyped for this. Like this man is so pissed off at Dom right now.
Yes, we'll be here live tomorrow for AEW, the 200th episode. My How Time Flies of Dynamite tomorrow. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. And if you're ever questioning, folks, if we're here live, watching, talking, trying to talk wrestling, is it a day that ends in Y? And is it involving pro wrestling? Then we're going to be here.
It's a true story.
Right.
I wish Mandy returns after SummerSlam, both JC Jane and Gigi. Oh, look who's on the screen. We got Daddy Dom.
Ray.
He's coming next week.
To NXT?
To be in the corner of Dragon Lee.
So we still heard, obviously, he had the injury on SmackDown, so... Lucha Libre. NXT goes Lucha Underground next week.
But this is, you know what? It's the legendary Lucha Mask endorsing the new Lucha Mask, and I get it. All right, and
he gave the rub to Escobar, so now he's doing it to Dragon Lee as well. They had their little heart-to-heart before.
So Dragon Lee all smiles, and Dragon Lee gives you Mysterio vibes.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Like Dragon Lee just stand there in the ring gives me Mysterio vibes. Like he looks like a young Mysterio. Yeah. Wesley and Carmelo Hayes talking to each other sideways for some reason. Dude, why are you standing like that? Look at me.
Right. Well, I even like a first trick. Now, what the hell's wrong with you?
Oh, shit. Wesley lost his temper.
I've lost for 3 weeks. I like this, though, because they're actually selling wins and losses. When's the last time they fucking did this on any pro wrestling show?
Absolutely. You're not wrong, man. I like it. And the idea, of a Wesley Carmelo Hayes match, I'm all for it. You can take my money on that one.
Right. Well, and even then, there's one company out there that used to, can't even confirm if they still do. They had the records on the screen and everything. But we've got WWE, the one that everybody hates about this shit, on NXT, actually noticing and keeping track and all of that. Yep. And I've lost for 3 weeks. What the fuck? And
it happened last night.
Valid to be upset about as a performer.
Yeah. It happened last night with Ciampa, and happened the week before with Shinsuke. Of I'm sick. Like Ciampa walked in and said, "I need a win. I need the momentum." Right. So they're acknowledging the importance of the wins of the matches, which is a good thing.
Right. As we've got Noam Dar and Ora Mensa squaring up here with Carmelo and Wesley. So we're going to get probably a weird tag team.
Yeah. Metaphors here. I wish I had a metaphor to describe how I don't want to see them right now.
Shout out random dude that's also in this locker room that just hasn't said or done shit.
Oh, apparently there was 8 of them.
There, just
apparently
behind.
Apparently there was 8 of them just hanging out there listening.
Oh, I just saw the one that was directly. Well, 2 of them are Social Gathering, Inofe and Malik Blade.
Yeah.
And the other is that guy.
Here comes Eddie.
Oh, so yes, we're getting Eddie Thorpe versus that Jackanita. Yeah, do it. Listen to me.
So what's the main event tonight?
I thought this would have been probably the main event.
That's what I thought.
No, we're going to probably get the fucking tag team between Wes Carmelo versus Noam and Inofe. Or no, Mensa, metaphor.
Ora Mensa. Can we can we change this at all? Like Ora Redenbacher over here wants to wrestle.
A discussion needs to commence about why the name metaphor is a thing on this fucking.
I honestly thought you said a discussion. I thought you were going to go with Mensa.
I mean, maybe. Nick, Mensa can't even figure out why this faction is named Metaphor.
Oh, fuck.
All that means is Priest / Balor is going to appear next week. 2 numbers always win. Ooh. But Dom's injured.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right. Ooh.
What's up, Pear? Oh, go with Jack.
Sorry. Jack says, what up, by the way? 2 times back, KJ and Nick. No, he's still. Well, we don't know. Has Tony been texting him? Has he called Tony lately? We don't know.
We haven't seen much of him, and he was on Ring of Honor a little bit. He was hanging around. I mean, we joked about the knockoff crew, right, where each of them looked like someone else. Right. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna see with him.
Well, I think Steven hit it there, but
what did Steven say?
He just said 2 dimes is in AW catering. Perry Carey, are you related to Harry Carey
or Jim Carrey?
Well, Jim Carrey spelled differently. I was thinking of Harry Carey, the Chicago Cubs announcer that most people only know because of Will Ferrell.
That is one of the reasons, and he does a very good. But as a sports fan, a legend.
Right.
You're soft, you're sloppy. They call me Poppy. I roll in a Benz. You riding around in a beat up jalopy. How you doing?
What do we got here? Cup of haters. Well, I got a Mike Saber. I am the smack talking Skywalker, and I got a Mike Saber for a cup of haters.
There you go. Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio for NXT North American Championship next week, with Rey Mysterio in the house, with Rhea in the house, and like others assume, maybe other members of the Judgment Day. Very interesting that Rey Mysterio is going to come out, endorse Dragon Lee, and cheer him on to whoop his son's ass.
After he's already whooped his son's ass too.
There you go. Now he could potentially lose, but I don't know.
Who, Dragon Lee?
You know what they should do is have the match end in a squash or whatever, and have Dom defend it at SummerSlam against Dragon Lee.
No.
Pre-show.
No, because as we're in commercial break, and I'll say this as I see everybody that gave their predictions and everything, but this man just threw out a topic that we need to talk about, because everybody's getting upset because Becky and Trish isn't on SummerSlam because he isn't a match on SummerSlam, but also the men's tag titles aren't on SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. The U.S. title is not on SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. No one's raising a fucking stink about that.
No, and somebody said it. Sorry, go
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it got brought up last night as well. And I mean, we're getting 2 matches for women. If I'd rather have 8 or 9 solid matches than 10 or 11, and just throw 2 in for the sake of it. I got no problem with them trying to. I've always said the shorter card, the more robust card, as far as the quality that you're giving us, is better than more matches. I'm okay with some people not being there.
Right. I get that. Some people, oh, well, we want the women's division booked better, all of that. Well, that's mostly a different company, but and how we're used to these pay-per-views, especially from that other company, to where anybody and everybody, if you have a pulse, you get on the card in some form or fashion. Versus I like if you keep it to I think it's right now it's 8 matches. Easily digestible, easily enjoyable, easily watchable, and everything like that.
Yep.
And it builds up the significance. We forget that these are fucking pay-per-views and these are built to be big build-ups and blow-offs versus just this is just where everyone gets to wear their fancy shit.
Chase you in the house. But yeah, I completely agree with you, Nick. And I mean, again, it's so easy. Oh, well, they left Rhea off. Yeah, but we got 2 major women's matches on the card. It's okay. Like, again, plus what they've done very successfully is in 1 week, this is going to happen. In 2 weeks, this is going to happen. Like, they're building their shows in the process. They can't do everything all at the same time.
As Corbin interrupts here, but the same people that complain because we get everybody on every card and everything are the same ones that get mad when we don't get everyone on every card. Because how can I miss you if I never don't see you here?
Right.
You want to have the biggest matches on your card.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, you want the stuff that matters the most, right? Like, okay, technically, put Rhea on the card, but take Shayna and Ronda off. Maybe not.
Right. Well, and even then, you haven't built anything with that, and that's not a negative. It's that why would I force a match just to get Rhea on the card? Why would I force a match just to, I get the whole Trish Becky thing, but we've also had a whole tournament for the US title that's getting paid off the same week on SmackDown as that match is on Raw, and no one's bitching that that's not on SummerSlam.
Well, I mean, again, I think we said it. As far as I'm concerned, that's my take on it. It's just I don't want a 12, 13 match card. I don't. And maybe
fair enough. And why are we counting how many like women's matches there are on the card and everything versus men's? Like, when did we get to fucking counting this shit?
Well, Dijak for the win. Thorpe says Chambers. Dale's got Dijak. Alexis, could it be a 6-man main event? Could be. I think it might be a tag team though.
Yeah, tag team. There's only out of the metaphor, there's only 2 male competitors. So
true. Some horrible gimmick names currently in NXT. Yes, Mark. There is definitely some names that I don't know who picked them. And the rule of thumb with WWE is we want them to be easy to say and we want them to kind of be straightforward. And then they start throwing wonky shit at us. Like, why does fucking Lyra Valkyria have extra syllables? I don't know. But yeah, no, there's quite a few wonky names.
It feels like if you're like with Lyra Valkyria, and then we've also got Taya Valkyrie, it feels a little bit like when you're trying to teach someone who's not a native English speaker the English language, because there's all a bunch of fucking rules that are all just broken constantly and don't actually transfer from one thing to the other, because they both just it's like, no, that's not Valkyria, that's Valkyrie, and it's like, what the fuck?
Right. Oh, big crossbody.
So we've got Eddie Thorpe versus Dijak right now, and if you haven't taken the Dijakinator, you're friends with KJ now. You ain't friends with me.
Yeah, I think I'll go Eddie just to be difficult.
But it's not a bad shout. Like, I do like Eddie. It's just
and
I
Eddie
gotta go with the Dijakinator. Right? Yeah, do
Eddie
it.
coming off an L. Sorry.
No, I'm talking over you.
Now Corbin taking on Andre. I think this is a way to get Corbin his W back.
Yes,
rinse her mouth a little bit.
Right. This is all right. So that didn't work. You're going to go against a real baby face who could actually go, and now you're going to get your heel heat back. Yeah. But by the way, they did also put it in the corner there that we are getting tonight: Wesley and Carmelo Hayes versus Noam Dar and Ora Mensah.
I wonder if this is setting up Wesley and Carmelo Hayes.
Maybe, honestly, because he's not going to go back after the North American.
No.
So is Wesley the one that takes the belt? Excuse me, the belt off of.
That'd Carmelo. Be a big surprise. But I mean, the kid had a really amazing North American title run. He really did. It was met with a bunch of good matches. He did well.
Yeah, he won a lot of people over with that as Dijak with a big sit out clothesline for
We
a
thought he was going to be
count.
on the. We thought he was going to be on the fucking thanks for coming list. And
yeah, he was going to be the future to never because of Zachary Wentz there.
Right, he did that little promo right before the ladder match, and it was you who was like, "Wait a minute."
Right.
Does Brian Pillman show up? I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Brian Pillman for a few weeks. I think they're going to want to run him through like a rookie. They're going to treat him like you know nothing, and we're going to teach you some things.
We've had a vasectomy. Now we're going to have a con cleansing.
Sounds horrible.
That's what it is. That's really what it is. And granted, I know we're going to constantly be getting the Brian Pillman watch, as we had a tornado enziguri there from Eddie onto Dijak for a 2 count. But yeah,
I could be wrong. He could get in there, and they like him enough to throw him out there real quick. But he's not like, it's not like when you brought like an Adam Cole in, so like you just surprised us out of the left field. Where with Pillman, he's still a young guy, probably a lot of bad habits. You know, he hasn't. I don't know how much.
in AW, a lot of fucking bad habits. Sorry.
So I think we might not get him right away. They might want to run him through a few weeks of, you know, how to wrestle their style, how to look for the hard cam, how to be in the right place at the right time.
Right. So he probably showed up and he's like, they're like, all right, we're going to teach you how to be on TV, kid. Well, hold on. I've been on TV.
I've been on TV.
This is WWE TV, not that other shit.
Next commercial, we're talking about Triple H's comments, by the way.
I was just, well, that's what
it set that up nicely.
Oh, 100%. That was an alley. And I'm glad you dunked that shit.
We're going to have that convo because we're going to break some hearts tonight. Where the hell is, where in the blue hell is Zion?
Where in the Rudy blue hell is Zion Quinn?
Right.
I still say pair him up with the Dijakinina.
Oh,
right? No, Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, 100%.
Yeah.
And have them face Crime Time 2.0. We're bringing it to you.
Zion's one of those free. Maybe he got drafted or he was a free agent. One of the two.
Sorry.
Oh, big kick by Dijak. Good match so far, by the way, guys.
I got Thorpe getting yanked in the turnbuckle here, so I don't know. Super kick, so I don't know if I'm ahead or behind.
Oh, you're right behind me. I got him
That's
back to the ring.
That's good. That works. We're good. I'm delayed because of vitamins anyway. So, but Victor, thank you very much for the super chat. 100% appreciate you, OG. Yes.
Hey, it's over. Big win, quick win.
Yeah. Everybody, yeah. Right now, get to the chopper. We won the match. Yeah.
The 1, 2,
put
3.
Put that 1, 2, 3 down. Yeah.
It's funny because that freeze.
Rest in peace, Adrian Street on the fucking like an asshole. But yes, the OG original Goldust, Adrian Street.
Oh, that's cool. I just noticed the little badges on people's names. That's awesome.
We've been going on for a while.
I know. Victor's caught my eye there.
No, what caught my eye with this, and it even took my eye away from the Dijakinata, and now we've got Tony, is Bashe brings up a fantastic point.
1 second.
Okay. If anyone understands,
you do this
for
funny
me. To you? Am I funny like a clown?
Oh, they got backup. Big Bull Buchanan. Dun, dun, dun.
That's literally, honestly, get out of my fucking head, because that's who I fucking thought of.
Yeah?
Literally, well, think about it. Briggs and Jensen, that's one of them is Bull Buchanan's kid.
Yep.
And Bull Buchanan's one of those guys that, to me, I just always was kind of a fan of, but he's so underrated, like completely mid-card jobber type guy and everything. But it's just, God damn it, that scissor kick.
Yeah.
Good old B squared.
Yeah, that's too funny. We don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the best thing about this, that everyone just instantly goes to, he signed because it got put out there that he was spotted at the Performance Center. There's been no statement saying that WWE actually signed Brian Pillman.
Yeah, I don't believe there was an official anything, which I like. I mean, I like the idea that one of these shows, he just pops up, and then we're going to kind of, oh my God, we're going to pop because we know who he is. The rest of the crowd's going to pop and wonder who he is, so we'll find out.
I think if they can say Brian Pillman Jr., everybody's gonna know who the fuck he is. But
Yeah, if
we
he
just
comes
got a
out
commercial
as
for
like
American Nightmare. Triple H's comments go.
Triple H's comment says he refers to AEW as secondary, I believe the word was. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
A secondary promotion, quote
And a
unquote.
lot of people didn't like it.
Yes, he did, Steven.
One of
Yeah,
mine.
well, because honestly, to me, is that anything new from
No.
what's been the WWE narrative?
Yeah. And then, I mean, Triple H was the one that referred to him as a pissant company. Now, it was tongue in cheek, but people didn't care that it was tongue in cheek because sensitivities. But at the end of the day, I think that's how WWE views AEW. And I
This
know there's go.
No, I was just gonna say this is the same guy that during one, around like the Hall of Fame ceremony and everything when they were doing the
Yeah.
too sweet whoop whoop. He said,
Yeah.
"No, our shit was cool. That ain't."
Yeah.
So he's always had that view towards it. Like Hunter's a company guy, and if you're
Hmm.
not expecting him to say the company line,
Hmm.
what the fuck were you expecting?
Yeah. And now again, I don't. For me, listen, as a fan of AEW, I don't believe it's as insulting as people are taking it as. To me, it's very true and very accurate. And not you, Siri. Very accurate. At the end of the day, they are kind of in the secondary pocket, right? They're competing. Their flagship show is in the realm of competing with NXT for as far as ratings go. Now, the outlier and the exception everybody went to on this was, well, what about Wembley? Does a secondary? No, because you are trying to catch and get into a primary. And that's a big coup for you guys. You were trying to shadow box with God on this one. And congratulations. But as the overall production, the overall talent level, the overall product, the overall management, it is secondary to something like the WWE. It's not an insult. They had a really big head start and they're really, really big. They are Goliath, you are David. It's not, don't have a complex about it.
Well, I think the initially part of that I was kind of like I didn't go there with you, but on that back end there,
Okay.
not gonna lie, you had me in the first half. That second half there, you brought me back there because to
Okay.
me it's like you said there of they're supposed to be the secondary. If you want to look at it as not everyone wins the fucking championship every year. Like I'm sure the Kansas City Chiefs were a secondary team when the New England
Mhm.
Patriots were running roughshod over the NFL. Now
Yeah.
how the tables have turned. So
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, dude, it's like Pepsi and Coke, right? Now correct my history on this one, but at one point, one was leading the way and the other one had to figure their shit out. And all of a sudden, they were the new guys on the block and they had to etch into that piece of pie. That's what AEW is trying to do in the wrestling world is
and that's
etch
what we're trying to
themselves.
do in the YouTube world.
Exactly. Like we wouldn't, we're trying to catch some giants, right? We know where we are. We're on the come
I was
up.
gonna say, I'll take being a second tier cultaholic or some shit like that, or a second tier Jim Cornette,
Oh,
100%. Exactly.
right?
That's not a
But we
fucking
know.
insult. That's a compliment
Well,
almost.
yeah, but we understand, okay? 17 months in, 5 years in, 10 years in, 12 years in, this and that, whatever we're up against, it's not an insult, right? But I understand, well, he's putting us down, but you're not there yet. The only thing you can do is get your Wednesday show better. Look what Collision's doing 700,000 this Saturday. Congrats, Collision. Getting better. It's becoming a destination. It's better wrestling. It's got more emphasis on what people want to see. So if Tony can round that out into, oh fuck, speaking of rounding out, that's where they can. We're not saying they can never be there. They're just not there yet. They're babies. They're growing. They've stuttered, but they're getting there.
I was gonna say to me, I just keep making the comparison of it's us versus
Yeah.
other established shit. That's the thing is really
Mhm.
of just because you're in second does you mean you can't be in first.
See, yes. Sorry, I got distracted.
No, you're good. You got distracted by the flotation device on my television screen, also known as Dana Brooke.
Yeah, Boat Junior.
Then we
And
got Barbie. Barbie, the stunt double for Margot Robbie and Barbie, Dana Brooke right now on my screen.
so this is the problem with Dana Brooke. And again, she's trying to like last week. Listen, I don't agree with Cora Jade very often, But when they came off that vignette of them doing gymnastics together, like it was a fucking episode of fucking, or it was like some fucking movie or after school special. Let's get physical, physical.
Well,
Ah!
for those who aren't watching live, we just came back literally from KJ saying, "Let's get physical." To
How long have they been in the ring doing the two-step
as we're
cha-cha?
taking a snooze? We're literally fucking, let's get physical, physical. Just randomly, like, just stretching it, just warming it up.
Anyway,
Roland Rice and Electra Lopez. So it is a tag match. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, what is this? Electric Lopez.
Who does that still?
I don't know.
This, like, I'm like, what the fuck? Dana Moxley and
Dana Moxley incoming. Yeah, Moxley and Moxley. Dana is just what I was saying is they put the camera in front of her and she does this rehearse bullshit. She's unconvincing. She sounds fake and nobody wants to hear it. That's what you're missing with this. I'm sure she's trying really hard, but her delivery isn't quality. It's like if she wanted to be a recording artist and couldn't sing, just because she's trying really hard, you have to listen. What?
It's Jillian Hall.
Yeah. Right?
Well, we've seen it even with this. If that's why we say our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic, because this is us. This isn't a gimmick. This isn't any of that shit.
If Thorpe lost on 1-1, Thorpe did lose convincingly and quickly. Dijak with a very convincing win.
Absolutely. Well, by the way, we got Chair Relax saying he's the old man in the house yelling at the young kids. So we're talking about Hunter still.
They're talking about me.
What up, my guy? When people think of wrestling, 95% of people think WWE. They are the segmented WWE. Yes, I've said this before for a while. WWE is the Band-Aid to pro 100%. Wrestling as like Band-Aid is to elastic bandage. Yeah, you don't even think cola anymore.
Yeah,
you think Coca-Cola.
It's almost the first thing, like even doing this, like if I bump into someone and I'm like, oh yeah, I do like a YouTube thing, they're like, oh, what is it about? I'm like, wrestling. They go, WWE, like right away. And if it's not that, it's WWF. That's the first two answers 100% of the time.
100%. Easily.
Right? No one's ever looked at me and been like, oh, you cover AEW? Like that might come up later, but it's never the thought.
You're a wrestling fan if you know AEW, let's be honest. Nails 1992 called.
Right.
Well, he should have called. Oh, never mind.
Wow. All right.
Little Lopez being a secondary promotion says Bash.
Nothing. Tell
AEW constantly insults and calls out WWE products dishing and not taking seems amateur. Ooh. Shots fired.
Oh yeah, I'm with you, bro.
Chris saying, I wish Nails actually had a program with the Undertaker. No. I'll stop you right there. No. Electra. Well, yeah. So are you taking in this snooze of a match? Are you taking?
I'm going for Electra.
Are you taking Electra and partner?
Oh, I'm taking I'm taking the Jennies from the block against the other two.
You said it, not me. You said it. Come at him, not me. But I figured you'd take Electra, so I'll take Peruse and a Peruse. I'll peruse during my snooze. I sound like Dr. fucking Seuss talking about this goddamn match.
Little Lopez into the ring, tag to Peruse, I think.
Do we really know? Does anyone really know?
I don't.
I think bananas and grapes, is a man after your own heart there. Pepsi over Coke.
Coke wins. I'm sorry.
I thought you were a Pepsi guy for some reason.
Coke goes better with the rum.
Interesting. KJ and Nick, I know this isn't Friday, but just out of curiosity, if Lashley does put together a faction, who in the hell are they going to feud against? There's no one there to feud with.
AJ
and you stopped that with the bloodline too initially, I bet.
I don't know. It's a tough one. It really is. But I mean, LWO is kicking around. Maybe the OC is kicking around. They haven't done a whole fucking, a lot. Oh, big win. There you go. Little Lopez with the pin.
I'm still Jobber from the block.
She reminds me of the what's her name from Martin?
Martin.
Yeah, Martin's wife in that show.
Well,
Oh, what's her name?
I feel like if her top might go, makes hopefully that tape's working in there real well. Wild cherry Pepsi over regular Pepsi. Yes. And by the way, I will go on the record of saying, for me personally, it is Code Red Mountain Dew over everything, and Code Red Mountain Dew over regular Mountain Dew.
That explains a lot, actually.
It's my personal favorite.
Yeah, that's awesome. I prefer Dr. Pepper over Wild Cherry if we want to put them in the same category. If anything has a chance at catching WWE in ratings, it's Collision. Dynamite, it does not have zero chance if they keep going the way they're going. Exactly, Boston. Unless they get out of their own way, I think CM Punk said it best, and apologize my crudeness. I am quoting CM Punk. They keep stepping on their own dicks. And that's exactly what this is you look at it. You got the 200th episode tomorrow night. As a fan, I've watched 200 episodes of Dynamite, and I'm excited. But then you tell me I got to sit through some of the shit that you booked. On your 200th episode, you didn't go big or go home. It's a little bit silly.
But they run the problem of when you always try to go big or go home, go big doesn't feel big anymore. That's the thing. If you're constantly chasing the buzz and chasing the hype and chasing the shit, versus building the hype and building that, the fix wears off.
Yep. And Collision is proving to the AEW faithful that you can have matches without chairs, without tables, without big spots, and just tell a really, really good story and have a really good match. And it will get over. It will bring in viewers. It will increase your numbers. And then when you sprinkle in, hey, by the way, bonus ladder match. Oh my God, what a match. Now, if we get a ladder match next week, we got a problem, but we won't. We'll go right back to when we're going to get CM Punk for Starks. It's going to be another straight up match.
Well, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is either, I believe, he's the special ref or the special enforcer.
I think he's I think he's something.
He exists.
He's going to be there.
Oh, Chris said, yeah, it was. You almost got her name right just trying to make a joke there, but it's right. I guess it was Lola Vice. Lopez Wagon says, give Dana a chance, damn it.
I'm trying.
Multiple.
She's been here for a decade.
She's that shitty Monopoly player that keeps just landing on do not pass go, do not collect $200.
She's that girl you keep breaking up with, but she keeps showing up. Like, hi.
Go away.
You're like, fine, make me a sandwich. Like,
fuck.
Go ahead. All right, we'll hang out.
GD Lola Vice, I got a new tag team. There you go. So Artis is popping like there for Lopez for the W, 1-0. Missed the first match. You missed a lot of matches. You could say Elektra and Lola need the push. You could. You'd be inaccurate because why? But the other team just had a win on Sunday. Hard to predict match. Oh, okay. So we're that far behind.
I like what they're doing with Lopez and Lola as much as I joke. And Chris made me pop with this one. The Yennies from the block.
I'm still Yenny from the block.
Right. But here's the thing. I think Elektra Lopez is a talented wrestler. I think she seems a little more mature than some of the other ladies around her. I think there's something there with her. I'm okay. And they called them out. They called their spot. They win, and hopefully they keep winning.
Absolutely. I'll say, where was it? This one I want to touch on real quick before I get into Aaron's long comment. To me, Cherry Coke over Pepsi, or Cherry Pepsi, but Pepsi over Coke.
Now it's getting complicated.
Fair enough. Aaron says KJ was the cruiserweight division, the best brand ever. Did they just cancel 205 Live and NXT UK? Imagine if these brands came back. Also, should the cruiserweight brand be on Raw again? I think it's kind of just on NXT.
There's a lot to unpack here a little bit, but 205 was never good. Well, that's not true. There was times where I kind of liked it. Coming out of that tournament, again, I know people got mad about the whole Enzo thing and Pac walked out. But, I mean, the Enzo angle was really kind of creative of, like, I'm the one guy that doesn't do a whole lot of flips and tricks, and I got the belt. Aha.
Gulak! Gulak was the most over he has been with
Yeah.
the PowerPoint presentations,
Yeah.
and there will be no flipping. There will be no jumping off the top turnbuckle.
Triple H gives me more hope than Vince. Vince never booked the cruiserweights or the light heavyweights or the 205s properly. He always just had them wrestling really. Oh, Tiffany. I faced a little girl full of energy. But yeah, I would love to see that second hour of Raw, like when you hit 9 o'clock on Mondays, you're getting at least one cruiserweight match right out of the open every 9 o'clock hour. So when you're starting to doze off in that middle hour, you just give us a reason to be awake again, and really give them some quality matches and some quality time. That would be my vote. I love the cruiserweight division. Is it the best brand ever? I mean, cruiserweight in that kind of vein, yes. There was nothing like the cruiserweights. You used to show up just to see them.
Absolutely. Sorry, very distracted.
I saw that.
Obviously, I think everyone did. I think all right. I might need to do that. Might be sticking in the beard there and everything. But yeah,
Wesley coming out. Nick,
we're getting this at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Well, what again is the fucking main event? This is the top of the hour. We thought this was the main event after we thought Dijak and Eddie Thorpe was the main event.
Where was Kyle? KJ, did you see my comment?
But
I did not.
Side question: is Tiffany Stratton the most complete women's wrestler that's not on the main roster and not named Roxanne Perez in the WWE system? I'll say
she might be the top blue chip female prospect in all of wrestling.
I forget about Gigi because
Gigi's got her flaws.
Their stocks dipped a bit.
But Tiffany's a better promo than Gigi, and that's what's been exposed since Mandy left. Is Gigi's not the greatest of talkers?
Well, they stuck her as a fucking babyface that didn't work.
Stupid.
If she would have stayed as a heel, I think what works with Tiffany is that every bit, like, people can love or hate her promos and everything, like you've said it. Of the second she starts talking on a microphone, it makes your ears tingle, and not in a good way. Makes them fucking like you got tinnitus or something.
Yeah.
But
make it stop.
Right, but that's the fucking point. That's what she's supposed to do. That's what you believe.
But,
everything that's her turn to 11.
Yeah, like my critique would be like what she just did there on the fake Instagram live or whatever it was authentic. It was her. It didn't sound rehearsed. It didn't sound like she was reading a script. Didn't sound like there was a teleprompter. It just sounded like that's how she would speak. Oh my God, can you believe that bitch at the mall? Oh my God. Right? Like that's
she was wearing the same purse.
And you might hate it, but that's again what you're supposed to do. So as far as being that, she's smashing it out of the park. Now, some people are going to debate her in-ring skills after last week, but we'll see.
What in the fuck is this entrance?
It's metaphor. And speaking of that, I'm going to meta go. I'll be
right
back.
You do that while you leave me here with the fucking power shit girls here. Oh, he really did dip. Yeah, I've got metaphor coming out here with literally you had, a different color for each member. So you had, goddamn Sailor Moon entrance for fucking metaphor. Yeah, no, just back to what I was saying. To me, Tiffany Stratton, and I know obviously everybody knows, if you've been here for a minute, I'm a fan of Tiffany Stratton. As Wesley's already out here diving at everybody. But I think that, like KJ even said, she's a blue chip prospect at this point. And NXT right now has a depth of blue chip prospects, interestingly enough. TJ 2-1, Aaron 3-0, Curtis 2-1, 2-1, Gina. So we've got the tag match right now between Wesley and Carmelo Hayes versus Noam Dar and Ora Mensa. So metaphor is, just more meta 2, which seems more fitting with this group. So let me know who you're taking. Boom 1-0, Gina and Pam for the win. So I I even like, again, this is why we love this fucking community that we've kind of built here, and we still keep trying to grow and, you know, percolate and peculate and everything, of artists respecting the hustle here of coming in and just, oh, I'm 1-0, even though, because that's the first match he came in on. Respect my guy. But I think this is clearly Carmelo West win. It's interesting. Does Wes become part of the potential faction with Bobby Lashley, or do we start getting, like we talked about it a bit, I guess I feel, with like Lyra, if she becomes like mini mommy, and Dom's an NXT champion, do we start getting to where all, like, even these factions start to dip down and the roots start to form more in like NXT and everything? Like, imagine if trying to think of somebody, say a Lance Anawati, even though I don't think that they bring him directly into NXT. They might move him, fast track him to the main roster. But even if, say, if it's a, definitely not a Tama Tonga, but if they, how people were saying they were going to bring in Hikuleo or something like that, they did something like that. Or even a bit how when Solo was down in NXT, if he was part of the bloodline, then do we start to see things like that to where, you know, the either you could view it as these factions have a trickle down effect, to where, you know, they're even still represented in NXT. They may not get the best representation in NXT. They don't always have to be the top guy, but they're at least represented. So it's constantly, you know, a continuing thing. A la Bullet Club, we see that in New Japan, to where not everybody in Bullet Club's even main card, main show, any of that. Or do we really just start, do we start to see a kind of, I don't want to say a thinning of a herd of, but the reaping of what you sow of the, oh, so that's going to be the main event. God damn it. Why didn't I think of that? Of the Tony D'Angelo and Stacks and question mark TBD versus Gallus in a 6-man tag match. That's going to be the main event. But anyways, we got Raw. Welcome back, my guy. I feel like I've seen you before out here. Santina Morella, lad. Mug root beer over strong. Artist, I respect it. Now that's a whole different discussion. We're gonna want to get into this. We could do a whole tier list of sodas here, but if we, there's also a whole discussion amongst root beers. Are you an IBC guy? Are you you know, like everybody did when they pretended, you know, when they had their candy cigarettes, if you're a certain vintage and you had your IBC root beer and you felt like you were you know, puffing on a Marlboro and having a cold one, or you've got your mug, you've got your Barks. Is there another root beer that I'm forgetting right now? But anyways, I'm so Jenny from the block. Nick had a lot of collision to look for. Fair enough. There you go, Perry. As I'm going to commercial right now, as interesting spot to go to a commercial break on that. Raw, you just saying names. I think you are. Louis 3-0, Mr. Pibb overall. I'm trying to think if I've had a Mr. Pibb. I feel like that's a Southern or a Midwest thing. Christ, we've fit in goddamn Shrek references now. We're gonna keep sliding in soda references now, I feel, at this point. Or do we have to end the whole big discussion? Is it soda or is it pop? I'll have to ask KJ if that's a international thing as well. Trisha Campbell, I believe. Raw. Good on you, my guy. You're just out there spouting names. You do you, boo-boo. You and Richard can go share you on that good vitamins. Nick, I am really worried about the USA women's. We tied Portugal 0-0 and probably should have lost. We're in the group of 16, but I'm worried we're not clicking. Fair enough, Aaron. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, as I'm in commercial right now. I have not watched any of the women's soccer. I get it almost because I have the niches of fandoms for shit like that, and I don't know if this is exactly a niche thing of like if I'm the one that's not paying attention. I'm very much a lacrosse guy, so when it comes to like the World Games or the NCAA lacrosse season, everything like that, I'm super paying attention on that. But yeah, I just am not up to date with that. So I mean, still go USA, obviously, but I can't give you much of a critique or information on that, my guy. If Raw keeps stringing together 3 shitty hours, I think Collision catches Raw in ratings even on a Saturday slot. Now, Boston, that's a fucking reach and a half. Hopefully, you didn't pull your back out with that because I don't even think that Collision right now is even close to Dynamite's numbers. I'll say just on the simple fact of it is in that Saturday slot. And I'm realizing I'm terrible at these comments here. Steamboat special ref, Steamboat special ref. Yes. Kyle, did you see my comment, KJ and Nick? If we did, we might have missed it. Raw, I still don't know what you're going on about, but we did not, but we do have the super chat and the super stickers. We do also have the memberships. We got the TikToks, we got the Instagrams, we got the Twitch. We don't have the Twitch yet. We got the TikTok, the Instagram, we got the merch store, we got anything and everything for your needs. Yeah, I'm gonna try and fast forward. So I apologize again. If I missed your comment, either dropping it in the chat or like I said, we got the super chat, the super stickers, because we talk a lot. And like we keep talking about all the soda, and I'm out here pitching for Code Red Mountain Dew, and y'all expecting me to not be hyper? What? The most complete blue chip? No, far from it. I didn't say most complete. I don't know if KJ said that. I said she's 100% a blue chip. I'd argue she's a placeholder till Nikita Lyons. No, see, you had me a bit in the first half. Saying that she's a placeholder. No, she has depth and talent beyond that. 100%. Nikita Lyons gets back, or even Thea Hale and Tatum Paxley, but that's me. So you think that Tiffany Stratton is a placeholder for Thea Hale, who she just beat in a fucking sloppy match, or Tatum Paxley, who wasn't even the most over female in her faction, and the only other female in her faction was Ivy Nile. Like, no on that. Honestly. Tiffany Stratton's going to be, I don't want to say rookie, but an up and coming star to watch when it comes to WWE. As far as Nikita Lyons, I will give you that, but I will say this for anyone that watches the NFL or anything like that, you'll get this reference. Is Nikita Lyons, though, the Christian McCaffrey of WWE and NXT? There's a lot of fucking hype, and she gets really fucking going, and you know that there's a ton of talent there, but you're guaranteed an injury, I feel, at this point. Honestly, I respect it. It unfortunately happened even to Tegan Knox, but you just at this point, I feel like you always expect an injury or something. We've even seen it a bit with Dakota Kai. You always unfortunately expect an injury. So it becomes one of those, and you have to look at it at times of taking your fandom out of it and looking at it as a creative decision of, well, do I want to start really investing in somebody if I know that they're going to constantly get injured? I get it that she's got the talent. I'm not saying don't push Nikita when she comes back, but I would be trepidatious and take the tepid path on that of building her up, and then when she goes down because of another injury, what do we got to do to counter that? As It's very interesting that Lash Legend is making Carmelo Hayes, your NXT World Champion, look small. But I've got Noam Dar and Carmelo back in the ring right now. By the way, we are on commercial break. Kyle Long says, "Sup, KJ and Nick? What if Tony D'Angelo called free agent and it's the returning Enzo Amore, or what if MVP, but then a swerve Hurt Business 1.0 show up and attack Tony and Stacks KJ?" Well, we've already talked about the Enzo thing. I think that's very much a thing that could happen. It's got to be that, family tie-in is, damn. So Jakara Jackson trying to sit there and stand up and defend Noam Dar, and Wesley just kind of, after a bit of back and forth, just said, fuck it, and was going to hit his move, whether you're there or not. But a 2 count as a big pump kick there from Carmelo onto Aura. And actually, that's such an underrated kind of little transition there that somebody like Noam Dar does that a lot of people won't. Oh! Wesley was going for the springboard double head, or like kind of the Pele kick, the Pele kick, but Noam moved out of the way and he hit Carmelo, and then needs a super kick from Aura on the back elbow from Noam. So Metaphor picks up the 1, 2, 3. What in the fuck? I was about to shout out Noam Dar because he did the little, he did the orange cast, like the heel kick, and then followed it up with an actual move behind it. But so I think KJ might have been right. We are setting up to Wesley versus Carmelo Hayes, and speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
It's true. Oh, whoop, whoop. Whoop. 2 and 2.
I couldn't do the Missy Elliott, flip it and reverse it there.
So Metaphor gets the win, but yeah, it looks like Carmelo Hayes, Wesley aren't happy with each other. And I mean, something to carry us for a little bit. Meta garbage.
Jake, what up? Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, as Tiffany, I wonder if they are signing people.
That's up in the air. But we have seen, we know they signed Dragon Lee. Was that before or after the little freeze apparently that came about?
You still have to take everything as a dirt sheet report, with a grain of salt. And when I say a grain of salt, I mean a fucking like sugar cubes worth of salt.
That's too much. Braun Breaker on
and I say nay. Oh,
yeah, you have up chance.
Saying AW root beer for me. Yeah, you missed the soda conversation. Kind of halfway continued for a little bit after you were gone.
There you go.
We got to break it down. Root beers and such. And saying, wow, shocking win as we got Braun versus. Why am I blanking on his goddamn name?
Von Wagner.
Von Wagner. Yeah.
Von Wagner.
Von Forehead.
Eyebrows.
The Geico caveman.
Oh, Geico. Now, Braun saying you think that surgery was bad when you were a kid? Wait till you see what I do to your head.
I'm going to cave your fucking forehead again so they have to rebuild it a second time.
Oh, dude. Here comes Corbin Sparrow.
I got a jar. I got a jar of catering.
Oh, why is my push gone?
Why is Madcap gone?
Yeah, where is Madcap?
Mary and Emma. You fucked up, Chance. Guessing Wesley heel turn, joining with Trick against Carmelo.
Ooh, interesting.
We'll see. Bronze woke up and chose to be a menace. Yeah, he woke up and chose violence.
He woke up and chose to be a Steiner. That's what happened.
Now you see, Von Wagner, he's got a 33 1/3% chance of beating me. But you see, he's got a fat forehead.
33
forehead.
33 1/3% of your forehead. Or
your forehead. Not me.
That's not nice, but it's true.
Right. Polo, what up? Your tribal polo is here. What?
I didn't order
a t-shirt. You have to have a belt to be a tribal chief, my guy. What? Just kidding.
KJ and Nick, can you see El Vikingo joining WWE? No, maybe. I don't know. He really enjoys. I think he's one of those guys that like floating, right? Like he gets to be on multiple promotions.
I'll say you can see Vikingo joining WWE as much as you can see me.
I guess that's not at all. There you go. Yeah, no, Vikingo. I mean, anything's possible, guys. And I mean, it all depends. Like, Dragon Lee was a big signing. Tony Khan wasn't happy about it. But again, if they view somebody as workable, yeah, but highly unlikely. He's got his own style, his own technique. He's a little guy. I mean, could he be like a Ray? Sure, but you got other guys that kind of fit that role. It's a bit of a reach for me. Burn the ship, Baron Corbin. Arr, matey. Pirate Steve in the house. And if you get it, you're a friend of mine. Braun versus Captain Caveman. Caveman. We will wait and see, I suppose. Baron Corbin for the win. I'm a huge fan of his. Listen, I like Corbin. I know a lot of people bum ass Corbin was a thing, but I liked Corbin from the beginning, and he just kind of fizzled out with terrible booking and not great gimmicks. But we'll see. I mean, this to me is his bounce back W. You know, everyone likes Chase. He's a good baby face. Gonna take a loss here. And keep in mind, I mean, Chase, he was kind of in a weird spot after him throwing in the towel. Maybe Corbin will get him in a submission, and Taya will throw in the towel as revenge. Corbin for the dub. Vikingo, hell no. So artists like Nick, poof. Vikingo should not join the WWE. He wouldn't be used well, in my opinion. He should stay in AEW. I agree. I mean, he fits the mold. He fits kind of the smaller guy atmosphere. I mean, there's a couple guys in AEW that I think would do really well in WWE and vice versa. There are a couple guys that are currently floating around WWE not doing a whole lot that I think AEW would kind of like a little more, spot heavy guys that would fit the bill. Victor, KJ, and Nick, don't you think WWE messed up by unifying the women's tag titles and NXT women's tag titles? There's only one women's title on NXT now. No, I do not. I don't, Victor. I think less is more. I think there's too many belts in all of wrestling. When they said they were going to reduce it, yes. Now, if you had two viable divisions that justified two sets of belts, I'd be a little more inclined. But neither division was very strong. And the best you could do for those belts is build up a team in NXT that the champs drop down and take on, or go to Raw and take it on, or go to SmackDown and take someone on. That is the way to keep those belts relevant and make their matches matter. If you do two separate divisions, you're going to have some construction to do on those divisions before you can get there. Chase for the win. Corbin for the win. And we're coming out of commercial break, folks. I will quickly remind everyone we're back tomorrow for Dynamite 200. Yes, the 200th episode of Dynamite. We will be here live for it. Just like tonight, we could pop up a couple minutes early. Make sure you click that little bell so you know when we're coming live. Pause. And also, we're back Thursday. Luna will be here. Tomorrow, we're going to put out, Luna's got a little something for everybody. She did a little SummerSlam countdown. Our predictions for SummerSlam are coming up. Plus, we got more content, more original content. We owe you guys an episode of The Court. That's coming. We're revamping that and going to relaunch it. Hopefully, the weather cooperates this time. But we are back to the show. And Axiom is talking to Rhea and Dom in the parking lot. Now, Ali's here. Axiom not happy with Ali interrupting the conversation. Interesting. Gable distraction. Very interesting, Chambers. You could be right. As much as I said Corbin's going to get his bounce back W, that would be very interesting. So it looks like we're going to get Axiom and Ali. All right. All right. Ali showing a little bit of piss and vinegar. Okay. We can get behind this. He is still bum-ass Corbin to me, but I'm taking him for the win. There you go. Fair enough. Honest, but open. I like it. Chase for the win. Got that one. No prime free agents. Ego has been right once they sign with the WWE, except AJ, Shinsuke, Ricochet, Balor, Joe, Gallows, Anderson, etc. WWE makes a point to marginalize the initial push. It's very true. The hope is with better management and less Vince that this would be minimized. Unfortunately, it has been the case a lot of times. We'll get very excited about someone coming in, and unless they are undeniable, like an AJ Styles, they kind of putter. And for me, I want to see them be in that free agent pool. I want to see them do it, but it's almost been like a rite of passage, initiation, like you said. It's, and it was the same thing like when they would send people up from NXT. Oh, here comes Karrion Kross, lose. Here comes Bearcat, lose. I would have loved to see WWE sign Brian Pillman's former tag partner, Griff. We don't know where Griff is. I think he's floating around the Indies. I haven't heard much about Griff. Now, Griff, to me, didn't get himself nearly as over as Brian did. Family storyline aside, but I think, if you see potential and you can work with it, I think that's the best thing you can do, right? You bring someone in, you develop them, you put them in the right position, and you watch them blossom, and it becomes a miss for your competition. 2 count by Andre. All right, maybe Cody. Cody, yes, absolutely. But again, to me, Cody fits in that undeniable category, right? Like you bring in, I don't know, pick somebody. You bring in Kenny Omega. If you put him down in the lower mid card and squash him, it doesn't make sense. And I think that would be part of the negotiation, part of the conversation, very much as it was with Cody of like, okay, you're going to buy my brand. Where are we going to go with it? What are we going to do? Like, that becomes part of the conversation. It's not just about the facts and figures of the contract, but what's my creative? I think McIntyre recently went on the record about that too. Right now, Baron Corbin is in control, folks. WWE should give the little guys to AEW, and AEW, yeah, exactly, right? Swap, right? Like here goes Hobbs, there goes Cage. Maybe Luchasaurus gets in there. But yeah, and then they flop the other way, and here you go. Take some of the smaller guys. Take them all. Does Gigi Dolan and JC Jane feel lost after Toxic Attraction disbanded? Maybe they need to reunite. Richard, they do. And they did break them up too soon, and they made a mistake. And I think in an attempt to be more surprising, they opted for JC to turn. And I think Nick said at the time, Marty Jannetty just kicked Shawn Michaels. And that's what it was. That's what it felt like. They went the wrong direction, and it never got out of the gate. Their rivalry wasn't that interesting, wasn't that compelling. Gigi's done a bunch of these. I come from a poor town, and my life was hard. Vignettes, not great. Didn't get over very far as I'm concerned. But together they were good. Toxic Attraction could have been moved up to the main roster. Let's be real. If you had Toxic Attraction with Bailey and not Io and Dakota, it might have actually been better. But without Mandy and on their own, it hasn't been great. It has not worked really well. Cody Rhodes documentary was really good. I haven't watched it yet. I think it's a given. He's winning the WWE Championship next after watching that. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, Boston, but yeah, I do really much. I have no choice but to agree. And we've kind of felt that narrative was building for a long time now anyway. So yeah, very possible. Andre Chase fighting back for a second. Corbin by the throat. Chase going low. WWE certainly knows how to promote. True. Versus AEW, where's their brand officer? Oh yeah, she in WWE. Wait, no, she's not. She's just chilling. Yeah, I don't even know who the brand officer is at this point. I think, we're getting the Chase U stomps. All right. But yeah, again, people are going to say, well, they sold 77,000 tickets to Wembley, but not with, again, that kind of happened organically. There's nothing like the marketing machine that is the WWE. They just print money, and they know where to go. They know when to go. They generally have the right foot forward. They know how to make something marquee. Even look going into SummerSlam. Like if you weren't looking forward to Ronda and Shayna. Oh look, I called this. See ya, throw it. Oh, Corbin grabbed it, but that doesn't count. She still threw it in. Thea Hale threw in the towel. Corbin caught it and threw it back, to which Thea Hale ran away. Roll up. Tell me Corbin loses. 2 count, 2 count. Big chop. So that's funny as hell. Thea Hale threw the towel in, but Corbin said, not today, sister. And the end of days. You can throw that towel in now. Thea needs some prime. Shit. No, she don't, Chambers. Not from what I've heard. On one hand, only the champs can go to either show. If NXT did have a team to challenge, they'd have to wait their turn. We've seen that kind of bend, though, right? We've seen kind of, even with like Dom Mysterio and such, I think they're more than willing to put WWE talent down in NXT for a stint. So, yeah, I think there is some freedom there, and I don't mind it. I was just saying the other night, I'm starting to like Ali a lot more, and I think that this NXT run is doing good for him. The thing about Ali, as that match did come to an end, folks, Baron Corbin did pick up the W, a very much needed W. He looked good. Match was decent. There's some issues with Chase U, but yeah, Boston. I think again, Ali felt like a little fish in a big ocean on the WWE, right? He's trying to have feuds with Bobby Lashley, or he's trying to cut a promo and you have Brock make him look like an idiot. So yeah, even taking on Gunther, he was really that small guy. But you move him now to NXT and he's standing face to face with an Axiom. Yeah, he does look like the better of the two, because he is. So as he's explained, it's been 6-7 years of this battle, this grind, makes him a little more of a veteran in this roster. It's good for him, and it's worked out well. And right now I'm getting a let's follow Roxy around. Got Corbin for the win. Wow, I'm behind. Mustafa Ali, yep. Thea will throw in the towel. Yeah, there you go. Richard was on the same page as me. I like it. Dom should tell Ali to get a life. That's exactly what he should do. You know what, Ali? Get a life. I'm so tired of A Kid. I mean, Axiom, no A Kid. No, hell, who cares? Yeah, listen, I'd rather him go back to A Kid. This man is standing there with the mask on and a turtleneck. And what was wrong with him being A Kid? You remember when they first introduced him and he was going to be like this fucking genius of some kind? It's the same thing with Scripps. And even when you took Scripps' mask off and we are like, oh my God, it's Reggie, he stayed Scripps. Like, just call him Reggie. We know it's Reggie. A Kid, I think, for his development, would be better off just being A Kid. Like, if it was A Kid versus Ali, okay. Axiom versus Ali, well, who cares? Corbin with his Ed Hardy logo sleeves. There you go. Logo sleeve. Artist, that was the most Keenan and Kelly thing. I don't know what artist said. I missed it. I'll take your word for it. Are you excited for the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega? No. You know that, Damien. You know full well that I'm not looking forward to this matchup. I don't know why it got booked. I don't know why it's happening. It is your 200th show. Why are you booking your best, your EVPs? I'm going to defend the EVPs right now. The EVPs should be in something more meaningful than anything involving Singh, Jay Lethal, and Double J at this point. Jericho, Takashka, Daniel Garcia, Sammy, not really looking forward to it, which is terrible to say. The only thing I will say for this is at least there's some story behind it. I am curious what happens with Jericho, what happens with Callis. I'll say that about this. Part of me still feels like this is somehow leading to Jericho trying to do a babyface turn, like a real solid one. Oh, somebody's here with white shoes. Uh-oh, who's here, folks? Give me some predictions in the chat. Who is here to help Tony? Yeah. Crowd chanting, throw the towel. So there you go. Everybody was thinking it. I woke up this morning and I blamed Mandy for talking to contraction. Fair enough. I woke up this morning. Bring Natty back to NXT and give her toxic attraction. That could work. Interesting. Something like that could work with Natty at this point. I mean, I don't think anybody really views Natty as like she's going to be at the top of the women's division, anymore. She's kind of in that gatekeeper role, that veteran role. NXT is not a bad flavor. She did have a cup of tea down there, but not a bad artist. I see you with the Sopranos. Is that what I missed? All right. I hear. Speaking of the Paisans.
I was going to say, well, speaking of who showed up to help out Tony D'Angelo, but yeah. Woke up this morning.
Towel boy. What?
Why?
3-2. What do you think about Andrade? What do you think about Andrade wants to fight Malachi Black at All In? Absolutely.
Be nice to have a match. I know I pitched about, if everything's, but again, I'm still halfway conflicted because that is a really good point of if literally everything is a surprise. It's the biggest gamble you could make with your company.
They're not going to do that. I don't think so. But
we thought they wouldn't do 8 million things, and they've fucking done it.
This is where
I'm talking about you were defending the EVPs because of Chris Jericho and Jeff Jarrett, and I feel like we still need someone needs to make that meme of to where you've got SpongeBob and Patrick to where TK is just denying that there's any issue, and
right.
Patrick's just there pulling up every fucking pile of trash of like Jeff Jarrett booked on every fucking show since you've signed. Chris Jericho still in your fucking main events and everything.
Quick question. Dynamite 200, does Jericho main event it?
I'd have to look at the card. You have it's the Elite versus Satnam and Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, and Jay Lethal.
If that is not top of the hour, that main events.
Son of a bitch. I really hope not. Burger King has ketchup chip McNuggets. Nuggets.
That's such a Canadian thing.
So, it even says in the commercial, Canada, you love ketchup chips.
Bro, it's so funny to me because fun fact, breaking the fourth wall here. See your fourth wall. Shout out CM Punk. See, I stole that instead of your X Division Championship there. That I'm a fan of all dress chips. And so it's still because I know where that comes from. And so it's so even funny to me to see because my brother was a big fan of ketchup chips and everything because we grew up close to the border and everything. So it's so funny now. Like I'm seeing that shit catch on. I'm like, motherfucker, I've been on this.
Right. Just quickly back to All In and how they do it. See, now I'm greedy. And the competitive side of me is if I woke up this morning and then they're reporting 77,000 tickets sold. I'm curious if I can go grab another 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 ticket sales by giving some matches. Punk's going to fight so-and-so. The Elite are going to fight so-and-so. Will that help you sell out the building?
Valid point. And the only counter I could make is at this point, honestly, do you need to?
Yes. Why not?
I don't need to, right, but that's one of those. That's the
dude. If I was that close,
if I'm going to go in, if I'm going to go all in, I'm going to go all in. But it's one of those of no one was expecting them to do this with nothing advertised.
That's the crazy part, right? And you're right. They don't have to advertise anything. It would be the most trip night ever if we were sitting here at the end of every match going like, "What music is about to hit now?" That'd be kind of cool and crazy and never done.
But that's still the thing is it becomes, and like I said, of credit to Bully because he's the one who, the first person I heard mention this point of it becomes the issue of fear of missing out, of you're going to tune in. KJ is the Godfather.
No,
It
what
was
if
me, Tony. It was me all
no,
along.
I think what if it is Godfather, like train Godfather, not me.
Oh, I was calling you the Godfather. What? You afraid of that? I respect it. That's how
Train.
you just that's how they don't come for you if you just deny it all the time.
You know what's funny? People can just random side note because Metaphor's on screen and now Tyler Bates talking to them.
So nothing relevant is on screen. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
a quick side note.
Sorry, Tyler Bates relevant, but anyways.
People complain about how matches used to go like go now and like, oh, back in the day. Dude, how many matches ended with the offer? You can have a night with the host, and they're like, all right, bye, and the match wouldn't happen. People left. Okay, fine. Tonight we're getting Godfather Gold Dust. No, we're not.
How you doing?
Steve Blackman took the hose.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah, apparently. Oh, Blue Mountain State. Give me a hell. Give me a hell.
Yeah. See, thank you. I was so unsure as to who was going to get the reference. Well, because Artist was saying that she just entered the transfer portal because she threw in the towel there.
Oh, I missed that completely.
That was the follow-up. See, again, you're like an NFL official. You're like a football official or a hockey official. You always catch the guy that's retaliating, not the guy who instigated.
So we're having a schism inquisition.
No one expects the schism into inquisition. Again, you are a certain vintage. If you got that reference, if you not, Google it.
Google that shit.
You have homework now.
Uh-oh. They only have 6 of them. Dude, can I ask a question? If there was 8 people in your gang and then one day there was 10, do you think you would notice at some point?
Fair enough. Well, let's see. Let's go from left to right here. We have
nope.
Wait, no, because
I know who the first one is. I know who the first one is.
It's CJ Brand. That is 100% Quincy Elliott there, just waiting to go all full Gold Dust 2.0 on that shit.
Right?
He's gonna schism everywhere. I just like, and it's a little bit of a shout out halfway to the Far Cry series because they've obviously gone that way with it. But I really like how Gacy's got a bit with the tinted glasses, even a bit, but he's gone more David Koresh of really in the sense of everybody can see this as a cult leader.
Oh, wait, he's a wrestler too. They're all wrestlers.
Not Hook. Wish.com Hook.
Who the fuck was that? Number 3.
Taller Aaron Solo.
Hey, it's Jackets. Jackets is part of Schism.
Jacket time. I didn't know he was still signed.
No, I thought Jackets was gone.
You think this is funny?
This is a joke. The joke.
What the fuck is this though? Like, this is literally just like,
wow.
Quincy, this has got to be Quincy Elliott, 100%.
Get dude, no.
Oh, that's the best service that's the best babyface turn right there from Schism, because they took Quincy Elliott and they just told him, fuck off. Like, we don't even want to see your shit. Just get out of here.
Dude, they're beating up these guys and it's not who they think it is. For sure. It's nobody we know.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Joe. He called him. Hey. I like this. The Creed brothers might have something, bro.
Yeah, they're the Gronks of professional wrestling. They literally are. They're the Gronkowski brothers of fucking pro wrestling.
Did I stumble on Pledge Night? Yes, you did.
Right. Now, everyone must take the leap of faith and then just step on like crunchy Dorito.
I just want to point out, this was actually the equivalent of Get Out of My Swamp. Right live for us. Like, what on a platter could we ask for?
I just want to point out that this is shit.
We knew it was going to be the Schism Inquisition. What do we think?
No one expects the Schism Inquisition. So much I can't even get the words out. Yeah, they've transferred to the Easter Isles from Egypt.
Oh, one said Hawaii, one said Fiji.
We finished each other's sandwiches.
Yep.
That's 100% what they just did. Yeah. I'm waiting for them to just fucking rise and they just, oh, you thought it was us. It wasn't us. But then, see, they're starting to move. It's going to be them behind them. Drink it and sink it.
But they were banned from the company. So how is this happening?
Why am I supposed to care about this?
Well, they're trying to make us care. It's not working. I'm getting Hollywood Blonde vibes from this promo from the Creed brothers. No, it's like it reminds me of like old school Sting and Warrior.
The Blade Runners?
Yeah, like when they were like this when they first got to WWE, we had that like surfer feel to them.
Well, that's just because of Surfer Sting.
Yeah, well,
you can't call the Dingo Warrior a surfer ever.
I don't even know why anyone ever did call him the Dingo Warrior. Like instantly didn't say, "Can you drop the dingo?"
But we're up next, so we're getting the main event of NXT. We're getting Gallus versus the family and its constituents.
Right. Someone needs to tell them off. NXT means promos too. Doesn't anyone honor a contract anymore? Damn it.
Well, I mean, look at I cite you, sir. Jey Uso tearing up the contact, and then they just had to shake hands and touch foreheads for it to be an agreement for tribal combat.
Yeah, but I get that.
I can believe that bullshit.
I get
this
that.
bullshit, I don't believe it.
That's some deep Samoan shit right there, where they're they don't need paper, they do by blood. I'm surprised he didn't like cut his hand, like
blood oath, blood in,
blood oath. Let's go.
Well, as we're in commercial break, so I'll ask this: could we, if Jey Uso wins, which some people have even pitched, if there's somebody who could dethrone Roman Reigns, I know it's a reach, but if there's a short list of people who could dethrone Roman Reigns, Jey Uso's on it. Do you get your training day moment of, say you get a Sami Zayn, a Jimmy Uso, a Jey Uso,
I love it,
even a turn on a Solo Sikoa, and we get it's no DQ and all of that. We get a moment to a Roman's there, and he eats super kick after super kick, after super kick, after super kick, after super kick.
All right. No, I've wanted that moment from day one where he's just defiant and he basically gets disintegrated in front of our eyes. Like he gets that, he's taken out. The big boss is gone. We don't, and then he goes on a little bit of a vacay.
But where do you go with Roman? That's the $1 million question. Honestly, that WWE needs to figure out is, where do you go with Roman after this?
That's
like when Roman's not champion.
I think initially he's going to be away. Like, I think once he loses, he's going on break, and we won't see him for a hot minute. And then I don't know what the fuck to do with him, because, again, does he come back and go right into the title picture?
Does he go on break, or does he go on first take like we saw earlier today? Which, by the way, shout out for Paul Heyman of just, I mean, I'm a Bobby Heenan guy, 100%, and I'm also very clearly a Paul Heyman guy.
Could you believe it?
But that's just, fuck it, send it. I'm throwing up a shot, and if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I wasn't supposed to anyway.
You thought Dom's was cold.
Oh yeah, I'm the greatest of all time, undisputed, Stephen A. Smith. But what about Bobby Heenan?
He's
fuck
dead.
Him. He's dead. Like,
but I mean,
colder than Sub-Zero was Paul Heyman there.
Yeah, we might have to actually put that on trial. Paul Heyman versus Bobby Heenan.
Please.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I like that one.
100. Well, no, if we're gonna do that, then
let
we
you have
need a
Paul.
honorary judge for that. I feel we need to build up to that point because I want to go at you with that because
That would be fun.
I feel
I'll go
either way
Bobby.
we go with that, we got a valid case.
Absolutely, that would be a doozy.
Right. Dallas paying homage to the Killer Bees. Wu-Tang Killer Bees on the track.
Right.
How crazy if the third was Enzo.
It would be amazing. Let's go.
Yeah, because the guy that came out of what they showed kind of halfway looking at the car looked a lot taller than like 5 foot nothing.
All I saw from was ankles down. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what else.
I'm the wheeling dealing, kiss stealing,
right?
Limousine riding, jet
Flair.
flying, and I'm having a hard time keeping these alligators down.
Right. That's the Samoan unwritten rule. LOL. Yep. No, wait. Last week. Man, I hate these like everybody sit facing the camera shit. It's just like look natural.
They don't.
Oh, she's leaving. Why am I even on this place? I hate this place. I quit.
It's amazing how no one has cared about her, quote unquote, leaving. Like she's deleted Twitter.
Yeah.
She's done everything, and no one gives a shit. Like, honestly.
Even this part, it's because like I don't care. Go away. She's like a spoiled brat. And not in the like, oh, well, she's a heel, KJ. Nah, she's like a petulant little child. I don't like it.
It's one of those, and I say this with all due respect. Are you going to notice if Cora Jade's not on your NXT, if she's not on your TV screen? Are you clamoring? Are you tweeting out? Or I guess at this point, are you Xing out? Thank you, Elon. About, or even are you threadsing out about where's Cora Jade? Why is she not on my TV screen? No, you didn't miss her when she was there. So why the fuck are you going to miss her when she's not there?
Right now, folks, we are heading into main event time. Get your predictions in. Gallus is on their way to the ring. They did let us know that Von Wagner, Braun Breaker reminded us that they will be in a grudge match next week. Very intriguing matchup.
Right. And I would just want to say, get your super chats in, get your Brucey bonus points. And if you predict who is the mystery third partner for the family there, Stacks and D'Angelo.
Alexis says, no way in hell it's Enzo. And I agree with Alexis.
It's Big Bill.
Big Bill.
He's like, fuck this. They keep calling me Big Bill over there. I want to be Big Cass.
Enzio, man.
Or Cass XL.
They bring the dude back from the Trashers.
To who?
Remember they brought in what's his face from the Trashers, the bullshit hockey team?
Oh,
what's his face?
No. By the way, someone mentioned his name earlier. By the way, but no, the Dansbury Trashers are 100%.
Dansbury,
legit. Like, trust me. Honestly, after I saw that documentary, that's fantastic. If you haven't got to watch that on Netflix,
yeah, it's a fun one.
But even then, AJ Galante. There we go.
Nice pull.
Yeah, 100%. Because, like I said, I literally wanted like a Danbury Trashers fucking jersey. I was like, you're shitting me. I live in New England, and I had the Goon Squad. I literally had. Well, you heard of the Dream Team? Well, we're the Mean Team.
Viva la raza! Santos Escobar. Why? Old friends. Hey, remember they had like a year-long rivalry with their plot turns and twists?
Do you remember when NXT was interesting? I remember. You remember? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
You know what? We thought tonight was going to be completely flat, but I mean, it's had some stuff.
It's been lukewarm. We thought this was going to be a TV dinner. This is more one of those you reheat it in the oven dinners. This is a frozen pizza dinner of NXT tonight. This isn't a microwave, hungry man deal. This is a frozen pizza not fully fucking fresh, hot, and
I was willing
ready
to
go. This is DiGiorno. I can't believe it's not NXT.
Right? I was, wow, big back elbow by Stacks. And we're off and running. And if you guys are just tuning in, Santos Escobar getting serenaded with welcome back chants as he joins the family to take on Gallus.
Who had him on your bingo card? Because if you
Nobody.
did, you're a fucking liar.
Right, like this. Santos. Listen, I tried to justify
exactly.
it. We're all naming every Italian wrestler we could think of.
You know, I could have kept going.
Right? But listen, we're throwing names out left and
Ray
right.
Jazz, I could have gone with my personal favorite of Johnny the Bull Stamboli.
Yeah. They all would have been wrong.
Or we got Big Vito. He could have came out here in the dress. He could have been sitting there with the white shoes and the dress and everything.
Right. Nope. Santos Escobar.
Yes, Rocco. Goddamn. Oh, sorry.
Yep,
Bash. Yes, Rocco. 100%. That's it. I'm declaring officially right now. I am the leader of the IWO.
There you go.
I need Rocco and Jamie and all you other fucking halfway
Iwo in the house.
Right. Yeah, you're the CWO. You're what was it with Christ? Why am I not remembering this? Team Canada. Yeah. There we go. I was thinking of like EY, Bobby Roode, Diamore. So we got Team Canada.
Spicy meatballs.
IWO. Oh no, FBI. Fuck off. If we're going historic names,
talking about Italians?
Fuck the LWO. We need the FBI back.
Yeah, Santos did send Tony did send Santos out. That's how Santos got removed from NXT and went up to the main roster, was on Tony's back. So, which I think Ciampa did as well, no?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's it. I can't believe we're going to a commercial with no time on the clock.
4 minutes.
Dirty bastards.
No.
Folks, I will take a moment.
By the way, if anyone's keeping track of, I don't know which number commercial break this is, of how Curtis said 8 commercial breaks was the line here. So someone let us know if you know. Curtis, let us know.
Right. I'll also let you guys know this is probably the last commercial break, I imagine, before we go home tonight. We're not sure yet. But yes, back tomorrow for Dynamite, back Thursday for Impact. We might dabble a little bit in MLW. We'll see how that's looking or what time it's on and blah, 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 blah. But then Friday, doubleheader. Saturday, doubleheader. A big night in Collision. And, of course, WWE SummerSlam 2023. We're going to be here for all of it, folks. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Check out all our links. Go get yourself a T-shirt. Be a member. Be a for-lifer. And join the chat. Join the fun.
At the end of the day, folks, you're doing your friend a disservice if you're not letting them know about us. You're lessening yourself as a wrestling fan if you're not here watching wrestling with us 100%. And by the way, we're going to be here for the biggest party of the summer, even though it's coming in the start of August at the end of summer. But pay no mind to that. But yeah, welcome to Detroit City, as we're going to be here for SummerSlam, which is actually, like I said, there is not a bad card on it. That's what we were talking about as we're in commercial here earlier of, as much as like, oh, well, why don't you have this? Well, why don't you have that? Right. But literally, there's not a bad match on this card. We were getting fucking hyped on Monday Night Raw for the Shayna Baszler Ronda Rousey video package. And when's the last time you got hyped for anything involving Ronda Rousey that wasn't involving also Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon?
I wasn't even hyped for that.
Fair enough.
Truthfully. NXT gets a solid 3.75. No 3.5 out of 10 for me. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow. Bye, A-Town. Talking early.
Why? Why?
Oh.
Why?
Thank you, Bill.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I got too many of them I can click, so.
I clicked most of them, I think. NXT at 10:08 ends at 10:08 almost every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. That's crazy. Is that facts? I know it goes late.
So. I don't know, because they've had nights to where they've ended early. They've ended under 10 o'clock before. They're not trying to do the Tony Khan to where they try and, well, if we were live for 3 minutes, we count that quarter hour, right? Even though that's the one that was like 800,000 and their shit was 600,000.
Cora better appear at SummerSlam in place of Becky and Trish match. Move to Canada. Wait, should Becky and Trish move to Canada, or is Cora moving to Canada?
How about none of them show up at SummerSlam and we get
How
them
about
all
Scotty?
in
No.
How about no, you crazy Chris bastard?
Right there, you go. Better not. Oh, better not appear at SummerSlam. I don't want her to move up to the main roster. She's not ready.
So, right. But if she can't do it in NXT and you don't want her on the main roster, where does she go? Does she go to
Nowhere over the rainbow.
WCW?
AEW.
Listen, Kendo Stick, I don't believe we're in WWE anymore.
I don't get hyped. I stay hyped.
Okay, Mojo Rawley.
Right? I have a feeling Rock returned to SummerSlam. A lot of whispers of this, Nick. I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, fuck. So by the way, I'll just say this beforehand. We do have a good match going on because
Really
I'm
good
gonna
one.
go on some shit here. I fucking hate this idea
Okay.
that literally is founded on nothing substantial of a rumor that The Rock's gonna show up and challenge Grayson Waller. So you think the biggest company doing this, the evil empire, whether you love him or hate him, the Darth Vader of pro wrestling, the Death Star of pro wrestling, is going to let The Rock show up and not be involved in a feud with Roman Reigns that we built and almost sold a whole WrestleMania on, but we'll give him Grayson Waller. What vitamins are you smoking? Because I'll ask for double. Like, what the, why, how? I get if he shows up on SummerSlam, that's fine. I'll have that. But he shows up in the Roman segment. He shows up in the tribal combat, like how you've been wanting Rikishi. That's where we get that. This whole narrative that, oh, well, he could show up with Grayson Waller. Cool. And did you get hit with a fucking hammer on the head too when you reported that? Like, no, that's not happening. And if it does, the faith in creative is gone in WWE.
Well, here's the thing. Is he going
to defend this, please? I'd like.
I'm not defending it.
Honestly,
I don't like it at all. But I will say, if he does show up, it's not going to be a match. It's going to be like Waller's out in the ring. He comes out and beats up Waller. It makes everybody wonder, is he going to be somehow involved with the bloodline, whether he is or not? But yeah, to your point, it doesn't make any sense with all the other teasing going on. Why? Like, it would be like, it really just bypass that, ignore it, act like it's not happening. What?
I said it'd be a popcorn fart.
Yeah, it would be a weird choice, right?
Right. Well,
everybody brawling.
Saying good Jimmy, match. Nothing bigger than the wallet rub. Yeah. Where was it? Artist saying Randy Orton poking his head at SummerSlam. Now
maybe.
I've heard the reports saying that he's not planned into any bit of creative. Again, that's been a name that's been kicking around. Top 3, rank them in order of where you think they would be more.
Wait!
Oh,
Shucky Ducky Quack Quack.
Yeah, Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. My screen went all black.
There you go. Big
right, so I missed everything.
Tag to Stack, tag to Tony. Action picking up. Kofi Coffee in the air.
Yeah, I just got the tags on tags, so I'm a half a second behind.
Tags on tags. And it's over. And still Italian.
Like that was up for contention?
Maybe. Heritage on a pole match.
Fuck you, Vince Russo. Okay, fuck you, Vince Russo.
There you go. FBI for life.
Right, for life. Hey, Rocco, my paisan, 100%. So that's what we got. The memberships, we got the Discords, we got everything with that. I almost feel like that's gonna end up becoming the new thing on the membership here.
For life. Yes.
Right. Is if you're in the FBI or not. We're gonna have gang affiliation up here in the chat.
Listen, we're not
Turn
AEW.
this into a prison yard, god damn it.
We're not AEW. We will not divide our fan base.
No, we're just factions.
No,
You're
I
either in
know.
Judgment Day or in the
Yeah.
Bloodline or all that. Yeah.
You for life. Love it. Love seeing those custom emoji, guys. Why?
What?
And yeah, your tag champs and
Quack.
Santos win the main event as we go off the air. Again, a WWE influence, and oh wait, they're showing replay.
Yeah, they're just replaying. Oh, they're setting up for Trick versus Ilya next week.
Ending the show with
good
Ilya.
Call. Interesting that you're doing this after probably a lot of DVRs have stopped. But so what I was asking initially, rank them 1 to 3, most likely to happen versus least likely to happen. Of Randy Orton shows up at SummerSlam. Where was the other one? I fucking missed the topic that we were going on about initially here. Fuck it, move on.
All right. Orton has been training in the weight room, but hasn't tried taking a bump, and creative doesn't have nothing for him. That old answer.
Fair enough. Sorry, it just came on me like a bad idea. So rank them top 1 to 3 before we get into the ratings for tonight's NXT and everything like that. Most likely to return at SummerSlam.
Yes.
Randy Orton, The Rock, or Bray Wyatt. 1 through 3.
Randy 1, Bray 2, Rock 3.
Fair enough. Dwayne 1, Randy 2, Bray 3.
Okay. 6 out of 10. 6 and 3/8 out of 10 for the show. That's right, folks. Get your predictions in if you're still hanging around. 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 from Damien. TJ's got 7, 4 and 2 for Curtis tonight. Interesting. 6.5 out of 10. Dale goes 7. I'm gonna agree with Dale. I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a C.
I just got to make this segue right now because I got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure on my screen, and I just thank everybody that's been here for KJ and Nick's Excellent Adventure through NXT tonight.
That's it. Come back tomorrow for our bogus journey.
Oh, fuck. Yes, Ali and Oop, motherfucker.
Wyatt, Bray Wyatt 1, Rock 2, Orton 3. Wow, Victor went pretty much opposite of me. Well, he shifted.
Hey, he went the opposite of everybody. Well, even Wyatt, Randy, Rock.
See, that's
Rock ain't got shit to do. Everyone's on strike. He ain't got shit to do.
It's possible. Like, and I mean, again, it's like we talked about with All In. Like, if I was Tony and I was on the doorstep of selling out, I'd be phoning Goldberg right now, just for the name. Like, just Goldberg, I need to put you on the card. I need to announce that you're going to be there.
We're not going to have you face Ryback.
We want to sell tickets.
Could you imagine if there is no matches announced and
except that one?
Here's Goldberg's mat, like music and everything, and the next thing we hear, because I want to be here to see your reaction.
Oh my god!
Feed me more. Feed me more. And that will be the end of KJ's YouTube career.
It might be.
It has come full circle.
It might be. Just that gif of the guy like flicking the computer off his desk and fuck this shit. 7 out of 10. What match really looking forward to? What match are we really looking forward to tomorrow?
The last one.
Tomorrow. Fucking hell.
I'm sorry. I got George Carlin on my screen right now.
Oh, that's amazing. Shit, you might have to remind me of some of the matches. I will say this. If I'm trying to put my positive pants on,
you gonna put your big boy pants on? You gonna put your big boy pants on?
I'm gonna say it with my chest. I want to know what's gonna happen with Callis and Jericho. I want to know what the outcome is. Again, if we can put it to bed. A match that I'm looking forward to, I don't know, honestly. Some of the matches are wonky.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, it's the weird. I will just say this. If I can't remember the full card off the top of my head, I will just take a look at everyone that's met.
Who's Orange Cassidy fighting this week?
Air, gravity, physics,
Aubrey?
laws. Aubrey. Aubrey, and Aubrey's also going to ref it if you're watching Fight Forever, the game. It's, to me, it's one of those of notice on AW 200 how no real young talent is featured. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. No, yeah, not a lot of it. And I mean, again, you're taking up spots with Jericho, Jarrett, Lethal, and there's more valuable talent on the roster, even if you like those guys. I mean, I feel bad because I like Jay Lethal. I hate Jay Lethal in AEW.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting even when I saw, forget Wyatt and Orton, the return is Big Quiche. Yeah, I saw you keep popping for that.
I like it. And the FBI thing was the second pop. Right away.
Oh, you just noticed that? I noticed.
Yeah,
that.
Rocco on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, no Orton, not even clear. That's what they call a surprise, guys.
It's called hopium, goddammit.
We think we know, but you don't know me.
You think you know me.
Yeah.
Could he show back up?
Edge, yeah, he could be sniffing around, especially with them coming to Canada.
Or with Seth versus Finn, and you think you know me.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
On this day, I see clearly.
Right? Yeah, I hope not. We have 2 title matches tomorrow on Dynamite. Aussie Open Commander and El Hijo Vikingo. Tony Storm and Shira. Why does that look funny? Shira.
Yeah. Well, Shira. That I'm stupid and read it the first way. Yeah.
My correction back to
I remixed the remix. It was back to normal.
It was back to normal. The Rock needs to take a break, enjoy some time off. Dude's been going.
Fuck off.
Man, the guy's living the life. He's good. That's like that whole
break, yeah, from all them Stone Cold Stunner cells and them power bombs and
hanging out with
millions of dollars and them shit movies.
Yeah, he needs some rest from hanging out with Kevin Hart. That's a lot of fucking energy.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like looking at Kevin Hart, I feel like you would need a rest from hanging out with Kevin Hart.
Amen. 8 out of 10. Nothing I hate from this show. Maybe the women's tag match could have been better, but both teams need more reps. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate the show. I really didn't. I thought it was. It was enough. It was better than I thought. I was expecting a hangover show, and I don't think we fully got it.
So I'll do this we'll do gladiator style of, winner moves on. Was this better than Monday Night Raw so far this week?
I enjoyed
at this point.
Oh shit. Yeah, I gave Raw a 6 or a 5.5.
I thought. Well, I wasn't here for that, so go ahead.
I think we went low on Raw last night. Raw was a fucking dumpster fire. Outside of not even the main event was that great. We've seen it, kind of felt it. Yeah, I mean, I give a higher rating, but I score on a curve when it comes to NXT.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's Bill and Ted. All right, let's try and make our way to the door here.
Well, no, you're good, because somebody mentioned McAfee earlier and everything like that. So shout out to everybody with that, because
there you go.
After my own heart.
There you go.
But so your rating, I don't think we've even given our actual ratings for tonight.
I said 7. I said
7. I'm fine with that. So you gave Monday Night Raw. So even if you gave Monday Night Raw 6.5, I would, from what I even saw of Monday Night Raw, NXT so far right now is the current champion. It's
fair enough.
Best show so far of the week.
For my entertainment dollars, if time is money, my money was better spent with NXT as far as being entertained.
Right.
I'm looking forward to Collision. Yeah, I mean Punk, Starks. What else we got?
Going head to head with SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. Could you imagine if we're having to call Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at the same time we're having to call Ricky Starks versus CM Punk.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
With Ricky the Dragon Steamboat as the
Mhm.
special guest referee for the AW X Division Championship.
Yeah, I think it'd be a blast, man. And we've had some good nights here. We're doing 2 and 3 streams. This is going to be a good one. I mean, I imagine, yeah, I mean, they're going to end around about the same time based on a, get all 8. No, SummerSlam's going to go a bit longer. So that's fair.
Right. We are Bill S. Preston Esquire and Ted Theodore Long, and we are the Wrasslin for Life Network.
I love it. Love it. Oh, all right. San Dimas High school football rules. Nice. They are probably going to have Gravity and Commander on the next show. No, I think is it Commander
on the next show doing botches.
Yeah, well, that's called
a match for them.
Yeah, that's a match. We're going from we're gonna hear from MJF. That's one of these little tricks where we're gonna get like a 5-minute pre-tape.
Right.
Ray Reed, Dom Santos. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yes, way better than Raw. There you go. I gave Raw 4.5. Fair enough. It was pretty bad.
This was definitely better than Raw, but still, meh. NXT goes on a faster pace. Raw goes in slow motion. Well, we got a whole extra hour.
That's where I really think if they had, like, if you knew the second hour was going to give you certain things, like a cruiserweight division or more emphasis on the women in the second hour, like if you just had reasons to tune in and knowing that you're leading towards some type of main event shit in the third hour, it would do a lot better. Like they got to fill up that time or like, I mean, we pray that one day they announce that they're dropping an hour. It would be beautiful.
I feel like I need to go Michael Clark. Don't you put that evil on me. Don't you give me that hope. Or no, that was Jeremy Renner with Ronan of don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Right. John Moxley, Trent Beretta. Yeah, this I love this. They put on the poster, we talked about this, of triple threat. Anything goes. And we're like, fair enough. Okay, let's do this.
Right.
Now, interesting rivalry for BCC coming out of their battle with the Elite. Now they're in this 3-way argument between them and Penta and the Best Friends and the Luchas.
Because Moxley's still beefing with Orange Cassidy for who gives a fuck reasons.
Could you imagine John Moxley takes that title? And
some people just want to watch the world burn. That's the way.
What's worse?
I was in the caves in Africa, and I saw that there was this smuggler who would steal all the diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, I saw this child just holding a diamond the size of a tangerine. And that's when I realized some people just want to watch the world burn, Master Wayne. That's 100% what the fuck this is. Just burn it all down.
Well, on that wonderful note, we've seen.
No, you can't end on my bullshit.
Well, I mean,
impression.
The folks are falling asleep. The numbers are going down. We might as well say goodnight.
They just went to 21. Fuck is you talking
There you go. We're back down to 19. Look what you did. But folks,
I swore that's why.
We will be back tomorrow for AEW Dynamite, the 200th episode. I know we joke, but it's going to be a fun show. It's always, whether we love it or hate it, it's exciting and it's a car wreck. So tune in, don't miss it. And we're here all week long. Like, subscribe, share, be a part of the family. Go check out all our links. Get yourself some swag, especially our nifty Running On Body Slams and Vitamins t-shirt. It's a good one. Go get that. And that's all I got tonight. Thank you, NXT.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. And we are KJ White and Big Nick. And we are Wrasslin for Life Network. And
see you on the flip side.
We're going to put that for life with it. What?
Dudes.